Congratulations, Barack Obama, Kool-Aid Drill, SpongeBob Misha, Clitter Sound Drill, Banang Knife, Comptownia, Halamisha, Beethoven Ace, Watermelon Drea, Cellular Phone Equal, United States of America Equal, Alejandrisha, King Kong Quisha, Fried Chicken Nisha, Collard Green Equal, Great
And that's how we like it. Hey guys. Hello everybody.
Welcome to Odd Negros.
Welcome to that was all mixed in America. That was an American Russian blend. How's everybody doing? Welcome to You Oughta Know, the second episode in the season. The third episode in the season.
It's the first, isn't it?
Oh, it's not the first.
Second. We're in the second one.
This is the third.
This is the third.
It's the
third.
You know it's weird because I literally have it in the reel that I just played. Episode 3. It's in the back of us right now. Look, season 3.
It says 2.
It's episode 2. You're right. It's episode 2 because the first one.
We're in the wrong season.
Oh shit! Season 2.
Season 3.
Season 3, right? That's my fault because that's how I like to write the numbers together. But season 3, episode 2, yes, because the first show, if you want, you go check it out. It's called All My Friends Are Dead. It's an excellent episode. That was the first episode within this season, and this one is another great one. It's a follow-up to a great season. Welcome back, our excellent. I'm not going to say guests, part of the team.
Our host and co-host.
The host with the most.
Yes.
To start from what? Left to right, ladies first. Introduce yourself. Tell them what you got going on.
My name is Chastity the Poet, and I'm a poet. And what I got going on is this.
Hey.
I like that. I like the sound. We don't have the soundboard today because I would do the thing. But that's it. Yeah.
No soundboard.
We don't need it. We don't need it. We are the soundboard. We don't need it.
Okay.
Do it in post. All right. And on the opposite end, we
got Philly's finest.
Back from a blackout.
Oh shit! Forgot about that.
Back from a blackout. Survived.
How long did that go on for?
Holy shit!
Some people didn't have power until like 2 or 3 the next morning.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
So.
That's crazy. That's why you win a Super Bowl and then get a blackout. How does that work?
I'll take that.
Right.
I will take that.
It's the balance.
Right. So weird. I was like, why did they do that at? Right? Interesting. But yes. What you got going on? How you been?
I've been good. Living, working. Ain't too much to really do. Not in this day and age. Safely, that is. So
right. Safely. Keywords.
Yeah.
But yes, us on the other end, just busy. Working, streaming.
Doing the life things.
Life things.
Yes.
Focusing on Odd Negros for a long run.
Coming up with concepts and getting shit together.
Right. So. Getting by mind, body, soul, AI. That's it. Mind, body, soul, AI. Mind, body, soul, AI. Simple.
Yeah.
That's kind of my new Hakuna Matata. But it's good to hear that you guys are good. This is going to be a great episode. I'm just getting into my notes. And
we're gonna the name of the episode is Google Shaniqua, and we basically want to just discuss, why the stigmas of names like Shaniqua that are commonly considered Black sounding names. What is their actual origin, and why do we tend to navigate towards these kind of names in general?
Right. What you mean when we pick the names?
When we pick these names, yeah.
Why do Black people gravitate toward those names, knowing what the history of them, or just knowing Because I'm sure that when you name your kid Shaniqua, it's not the first Shaniqua. You've heard the name before. So I want to know, where did you hear that name from, and in what context are you using it? Like, context are you using? Are you using it like to keep the legacy of the name Shaniqua going, or take back the bad version of Shaniqua and say, not my Shaniqua. My Shaniqua is going to be college graduate. My Shaniqua is going to be president one day, maybe. I mean, I would love to see it. I think it's possible to have a President Shaniqua, but it's not.
Yeah, that does not roll off the tongue very well.
Shaniqua Brown.
Shaniqua Brown, head of state.
Madam President.
Right, Madam President Shaniqua. Why not? I mean, it's different.
Well, Barack was different.
Right, Barack was different. We let that go. That was that. I mean, that.
But that's not a Barack. The name Barack is not like it's not a name that's associated with social inadequacy.
Okay.
Because when you hear the name like Shaniqua, the first thing that comes to your mind is some ghetto hoe who can't keep her temper under control, who smokes black and milds, who beats men.
She beats men. It sounds like I wouldn't be blaming Shaniqua at this point. It sounds like a Precious thing. Black and milds and beats men. But
it sounds like it's
a cultural thing.
She's in survival mode.
Right, no, that sounds like she's in aggressive mode. Let me tell you something.
We will not be turning the names into. I was like, this is going to be something that's going to be easy. There's not going to be too much of a debate. Easy peasy. It's just names. Out the gate.
Listen, Shaniqua, let's talk about what it means.
Yes.
God is gracious.
Yes.
Yahweh is merciful.
So what language is it from? Do we have a root?
It's Arabic.
It's Arabic.
Shaniqua is Arabic.
Yes. Most of the cues in the Black names that people use, I don't know if they know or if they don't know, but a lot of the names that have the cues in it, like Dominique. All Egyptian names with the Q's in them.
Egyptian
Arabic names, like the origins of those names. So it's kind of like a play on those names. So, like, for instance, what did we learn that Shaquille O'Neal, right? Mm-hmm. His original name in Arabic was Shakil, Shkil, something like that. So, like, to do the original, to make it a more of an adaptable African American name.
So they just basically changed the phonetics.
Exactly. That's exactly what they did. They changed the phonetics. Yes, to make it more of a modernized name, which is, it's not too different from what the slave owners did or whatever. But we'll get into that.
I wouldn't say it's modernized. I would say it's more ethnically
acceptable. Right. I mean, the Q looks better than the K to us for some reason. We all know why. KKK. But there's no Q.
So can we start with you, Chastity? Like,
yes.
We kind of touched on your name the last time, how you got your name, and yeah, we want to know the origins of this name and how you carry it. How does it carry you?
Well, when you looked it up, right? How does it carry you?
First of all, it wasn't carrying me through elementary school. Shit. They used to make fun of me. They used to call me Chas Titty.
It's fun. No, can I be honest with you? For me to spell it right, I'm not even joking with you. This is before I met you.
That's how you remember to spell it.
That's how I can spell it right, because look, you don't want to put the I before the. You know what I'm saying? So for me to spell it right, I said it's Chas Titty. And that's so funny. Because when you wrote in the chat today, you wrote, hey, put some emphasis on the C. I said, oh no, I didn't spell it wrong. I said, oh shit, because I just glanced at it. I thought I spelled it wrong. I was like, oh, I have my own way of spelling it right, because I know people can fuck that spell, but people probably spell your name wrong all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know I have my way. I thought you were telling that I spelled it wrong. You usually say that the lowercase C or whatever.
Capitalize that C.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, okay, because I was like, I could have sworn it's chastity, right?
Respect.
No, you spelled it right. Now listen, my niece, she likes to text me, and she will hit me with the lowercase, and I'm like, who are you talking to? I said, before I turn into an improper noun, C's up, okay? I'm not gang affiliated. But what I'm saying is,
you take crap.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Like, what we doing? I'm like,
we just watched Cookie last night.
Yeah, we just watched the redemption story.
Guys, if you go on YouTube and find it, because it's nowhere else. You can't even buy it. You can't purchase it. I don't know if you know this. Jamie Foxx played Tookie Wilson, the gang Stan Tookie, the creator of the Crips. This nigga, he played him in a movie. Jamie Foxx with Lynn Whitfield as his
crazy ass Lynn Whitfield
as a journalist, trying to get him freed or get his word out, or get his message across or what have you. But you go, it's on YouTube. They didn't cut out anything, because I was like, if there's nudity, we gotta find this movie. But no, there's no nudity. They didn't block anything out. It's the full movie. But it's an excellent film that I think they just threw away for no reason. It's called The Redemption Song. No, The Redemption Story. Redemption Song.
No, the Tookie
Wilson
story.
Tookie Wilson story. Yes, Jamie Foxx. Excellent film. What does that have to do with names? Well,
no, you just brought up like you
said you threw up the C.
Respecting your name.
Yes.
My son thought it was funny. I was like, C's up. So he's like, I got a good laugh out of him. But yes, I'm not affiliated with the gang. My favorite color is yellow. Let's see. When I was pregnant with my son at 17, the nurse was like, someone didn't live up to their name. So I got some.
Oh, okay. So you got some comment.
This was the nurse.
Yeah.
Bro, they just shoot.
That's
shots. You catching shots
at the hospital. Oh, I got somebody.
At the GYN.
Yeah.
Okay. So get some stand-up. Got some stand-up comedians at the OBGYN. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't chased.
All right, Daniel. Just do your fucking job.
No,
yeah.
That's not
How about it, Stacy?
And then let's see. My father wanted to name me Kevina.
Kevina.
You look like your name. That name will fit you.
What?
Nah, I seen a Kevina. She looked like a Kevina.
Yeah, you look like a Kevina.
It just sounds.
I look like my daddy. So, but I'm glad I didn't get named Kevina.
No, I don't know. It sounds Kardashian-esque to me.
Kevina?
Like I feel like it's one of the sisters' names in the Kardashians.
Now,
So
is it K-E
Kim,
or
Courtney, and
K-I?
Kevina.
Like,
No, K-E, because my father's name is
K-E.
Kevin. Yeah.
Kevina.
No, I don't like it.
I don't know. It sounds.
I've never met one, but see, I would have to Google what a
rolls off the
Kevina
tongue.
looks like, and then see if I would be like, okay, this is what a Kevina would look like. Now, before,
What, AI?
No, I met a Kevina. She looked like a Serena. She was giving Amazonian vibes, like Amazonian rainforest. Yeah, she was big and buff.
What's that one with the
all right.
Is with the one with oh goodness, Viola Davis, and like they played the Warriors.
Ooh, that's one of my favorite movies.
What is it called?
Black
The
Panther.
Warriors. Oh,
No.
the
No.
Warriors.
They played like the African tribe warriors, female warriors.
The woman, the warrior,
The woman
king.
king.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a Kavina.
Oh, you say that's how she would look, or that's her name?
Which a lot of
Or she would-
people,
She would just
a
look
lot
like
of
that
people,
with the shoulders.
yeah, a lot of
right?
people got sand in their vaginas over that movie.
Oh,
It's
got that in or-
Sand
What
in
the hell
the
that mean?
I have no idea.
That's
I love that
irritating.
movie. Irritated by that movie?
It sounds
Yeah,
like no.
Because-
I thought he was literally talking about them getting sand in their vaginas. That's so stupid.
Like on set, like Tell
No,
us more.
because
He was-
apparently, supposedly, I don't know. I have to fact check this, but the woman king that Viola Davis was portraying was actually like murdering motherfuckers. Like she was not as good. Like they were mad that they were like idolizing this person in film or in cinema, and she was actually a piece of shit.
Well, guess what? Christopher Columbus had his statues, okay, and so did George
But we're not
Washington.
talking about Christopher Columbus. We're talking about the woman king. Let's stay on track.
Yes,
Don't
but in
stay on track.
history, it's
So we're
been
talking
done
about in
before.
war.
Yeah.
So in war, Christopher Columbus kill people. We make connect big. I don't know if we could do that. But so what we're doing is we're talking about. Hold on. What was her name in that movie?
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh shit. $1 million. What was the Woman King's name in the
What's
Woman
her
King
name?
movie? Wow,
All right, let's see.
that
I'll
sucks.
tell you right now.
But if it was like heavy African, I mean, I'm not gonna remember because that's not my dialect like that. So it'll hit me and
All
I'll just be like,
right, the woman king, 2022. Let's see, 1800s. Let me see. Do they say the name of her?
so they were upset because
Naniska?
Naneska.
Naneska? Is that how you pronounce it?
No, I didn't get that. I didn't remember hearing that.
That's,
I know they
that's
said it
her
like
name.
1,000 times.
That's that lady name.
That's the
Well,
stuff I'm
listen,
talking about.
they portrayed her as a warrior,
Yeah,
and they
that was
portrayed
her
her
name.
as killing people.
Naneska.
So I feel like
Yeah,
she was doing
Naneska.
what she was supposed to do.
Well, I mean, just like every war movie, I don't know why she was supposed to do it with grace. It's murder. Murder is murder.
Exactly.
Just because she's a woman doesn't mean that. I mean, it was supposed to be brutal ass murder, right? That's it. She's a murderer. That's what I saw. I saw wars. Everyone was killing everybody, like Thor. You know, you don't be like, oh, Thor be killing people left and right. You know, I mean, that's what she was doing. That was the time. But
Are you close with your father?
I love my father. Cool dude.
So for the like Kavina, would you like want to ever change your name? Like, would you give?
for his wishes,
Hell no.
I don't love him that
Ew.
much.
Ew.
yeah.
No thanks,
Go.
Kev.
You wouldn't change your name. You're like, I'll go with the other one. Like,
It's like,
I
no,
don't
I'm
know.
good.
Like, as far as being feminine, like, you think you're gonna make Kevin feminine by just adding a
mm-hmm.
Well, you're adding a
No.
lot more than a
Well, Kavina.
Kevina, like
Yeah,
no.
some more
Kavina.
syllables.
Kevin,
Nah.
Kevina, no, thank you.
But that would have took away.
I
your
don't know.
titty-
Maybe it's just me. Kavina just sounds very seductive. I don't know. It has
Yeah,
a
but so does-
seductive
but so
sound.
does-
Listen, I
yeah, but we
hope you
just
meet
went over-
yourself a seductive Kevina, bro.
But we just went over that Chastity is
fine.
also seductive because it's a it's a stripper name, so it's kind of like it's tricky. But you wouldn't have got called any titty jokes in high school with the Kavina thing. It's really hard to make fun of. People would have said maybe Kevin. That's not that funny.
But you said you met a Kavina.
She said she was cool.
She was cool.
She was cool.
What did she look like?
No,
she
what
looked
she
like
said was
she was
looked like a
built
fucking
like
Amazon.
Serena
Yeah,
Williams.
she said she looked like an Amazon, right?
Like
She didn't say she was
Amazon.
cool. She
Built
said
like
she looked like an
Serena
Amazon. Yeah, she was a giant.
Williams. She was strong as hell, and she was a twin. I
You
think
met, oh my god,
her twin,
two
her twin
giant
did not
women.
look like her.
Oh no, it was a broken one.
What?
I hate when that happens. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy when
broken
that
one.
happens. That only happens to twins. Like, you know, siblings are like either you're the good looking one or you're the ugly one. With the twins, it's crazy.
So that's not identical.
No, but
No, they
call
wasn't
it-
identical.
But one is actually broken and one is fixed. Like the Hemsworth brothers. He looks like he could almost be like that one, but he's broken. It's okay. You know,
Well, like what's his name?
twin is hard. Shit is hard coming out the same way. Both of y'all hot. What are you, a Skarsgård? Even though they one of them is broken too. You see,
Yeah.
the nigga from The Crow. They look all janked
Two of
up.
them are,
They
yeah.
look all janked up. It's like, she was like, he was like, these are my boys. They're all triplets. It's like, no, nigga, two of them are broken.
You know the runt.
Yeah, exactly. Not
like
even puppies. Not even all puppies come out. One of them puppies be droopy eyed and shit. It's just how it goes. It's how it goes. How it goes. But one of the things, as far as the Woman King and all the things have in common, as far as what we're talking about this night was us remembering them. So I wanted to get into when they forced us to change our names from the beginning, in slavery and what have you. Was that to erase our history, or was it to kind of what you do with your animal when you rename the pet? You get a pet and you say, I'm going to call you this. You don't care what the dog called it or how the dog parent addresses the dog. You say, this is my dog now, and I'm going to name it this. This is going to be its name. So I feel slaves did the same. Slave owners did the same thing, and I'm in between where I'm like, were they doing it to just like lock down ownership, or was it to erase our past so we'll go on thinking that we were this Todd or Philip and just forget about our our own originality and all that? I'm torn in between, was it that one or the other? And how important is it to keep your identity?
I think it was more so, one, it was hard for the white man to pronounce these names. And then two, I think it was more so like a marker of property. I don't think like it was so much of like trying to erase our past. I think a lot of people like they think too deep into stuff. But what happens is the after effect of losing one's, even just their name, that losing your cultural identity and roots is just a byproduct of that anyway. So
Right.
I don't really think they was like going out of their way to be like, you know what, let's erase these niggas past and history from them, call them Toby. And I think it was more so along the lines of, like I said, like a marking of property. Like when you buy a car, you give it a fucking name. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, they wasn't thinking about the longevity of it. Like,
I don't think they were thinking too much into the future about that back then, especially
they didn't think we had a future, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't think
Right.
Negroes
had a
future
future
in the first place. So
honestly,
like thinking that far ahead to where they like, you know what, let's keep these Negroes in the dark about where they come from in their history. The white man never thought that a Negro would go free, in life. So I don't think they were thinking that far ahead.
Right.
Like I said, I think it was more so of a property thing.
Property, like ownership.
Yeah.
I agree with the ownership part.
Okay.
Like they gave you a new name because they did own you.
So it was just kind of like you said, like naming your car. It's like, you look like a Bessie. I'm gonna call you Bessie. It's like,
but
what?
Then I also want to say, like, I mean, I've never watched Roots. But isn't that like a very important scene where he's saying his real name and they're beating him?
I was practicing this today, and this goes to Verizon. Verizon, please, we need rats, okay? Please stop making me pay for rats. Every year we look forward to watch rats, and you make us pay. Why is rats not available for all Black people forever? Please don't make me pay for rats. I
won't lie. I got tired of watching that shit in school. I won't lie.
I couldn't finish it, but you finished it. No one finished it. So
I did.
Please,
I had no choice.
Verizon. I don't think they cut hours. They cut out Staten Island. It was like, no, I got to finish it. You know how it goes.
No, they didn't. No, we had a.
It's not even on YouTube.
No, it's
PBS
nowhere
for free.
There, we cannot find rats. Please, if you have rats in HD, please re-release for free. Please, I need rats.
It's not on Amazon.
It's nowhere.
They had a whole DVD collection.
It was on HBO for a bit.
I can't believe it. They making you they want you to pay for it through Amazon. You're acting nuts. That should be for free. It's old as fuck. Okay.
I started watching it, but it was on HBO.
Yeah, it was on HBO. They took it off.
And then they took it off. Now I can't find it.
No, it's gone again. It should just be available. Why is Martin available and not Ritz? Doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. But yes, there's a very, very this is like spoiler alert for Roots. But yes, there's a very prominent part in that movie where he's being whooped and the slave master is telling him his new name, which is Toby. And he's telling him, that's not my name.
I'm Kunta Kinte.
My name is Kunta Kinte. And the importance of that, especially in front of the other slaves, is to let them know you're next. And also, your name is not your name. I don't have time to pronounce that. I don't want to pronounce that. It's 4 letters. You're Toby. Next. You, Beth. Next. Like, it was easy. So I feel like, again, maybe a little bit of laziness. Pronunciation, they have it. And again, control. They tried to beat his name out of him.
Yeah.
So that's a bit more than just like ownership. It's ownership and it's also control too, though. Right? Like that whole like, I don't know who you think you are, but in this and around me, you're Toby.
Can you imagine doing that to someone?
Oh my god!
Like
beating them?
Just to confine.
He said beating. I'm sure
to confine them, to enslave them. Like,
oh my god!
Like the audacity.
I mean, just having the cadence. Like this is all me. I could do this. Like where'd the power come from? Like they said it was God. Actually, they said it was God.
Which is why I tell people, bro, the Bible. I don't feel like no black person should ever in their life reference the Bible in no way, shape, or form. That Christianity is not the religion of black people. Christianity is the religion of your slave masters. You was forced to do that. The Bible is what the white man used to exert his control over black people. That is the first thing the white man always pointed to was the Bible said that you niggas is our property and all it. I'm good. I would never reference a book or follow a religion that tells me that a slave should obey his master. Never.
It's just that kind of who was it written by, right? At that time, it was clearly written by the ones who could write and read at the time, which was them. That's a trick, right?
No,
so
right
like,
in their language.
Well, yes, right. Now, my thing was like, all right, so if the slaves had their own language, they was writing their own version of what they heard in church to give it back. So these niggas was reiterating the Christian word to the slaves in their own slave language. That's the broken part. Because they instead of them just taking like what they got from it, they didn't have no other version, right? So it's like the only version was that version. So they spread that word. That sucks. Just to keep them captive. That's a shame. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole.
And I mean, what you going to do? As a slave, what are you going to do?
No, manipulation.
Master told you.
So what has changed? Like, aren't we doing that now?
Well,
like everyone is.
Yeah, we just more modernized slaves to Christianity now.
Well, yeah, but now we give it to black versions.
Well, no, now I think. Well, now the difference is the difference now is with the freedom that not just only black people, but with the freedom that a lot of people have now, like especially when it comes to Christianity, I see it all the time. People will pick and choose the parts of the religion that coincide with their bullshit and throw everything else out the fucking window.
Leviticus 9:12 said, "Thou shalt not kill me if I sleepeth with your wife, but you shall thank I." It says it right here in the bottom of it's like,
well, if you read, I think it's in Leviticus as well. But if you read it, it tells you that I, as a father, can sell my young daughter into slavery, and she cannot leave after 7 years of slavery like a man can. So should we do this? Should we follow the Bible? Are you going to tell me that the Bible is God's word? We should follow it then. So you can't pick and choose, you know? Should we stone to death everybody who's working on the Sabbath like the Bible tells us to do?
Now, like I said, it depends on, like I said, who wrote the book. Now, that's interesting that you brought that up. If demons are writing the book, you're gonna do demon shit. If that's a demon manuscript, if they wrote it to destroy us, then yeah, it's probably hidden the way they want it. But
Which is why I said it should never Christianity. No black person should ever reference the Bible in their life ever.
I'm pretty sure every person just flips it the way that they want. Everyone has their own version. I think everyone reads it and said, you know what? I think it's like I got this from it, and I like watching a Christopher Nolan movie. Everybody's like, I got my own version of this. I know you saw it your way, but I see it this way. But I think that maybe they designed it that way. They designed it.
So there's certain parts of the Bible where you can get away with that, but like I just said, the example given in I believe Leviticus, where a father can sell his daughter. Like there are plenty plain cut and dry things that are said in the Bible that nobody would ever do nowadays.
But why are there certain cultures that still follow that, like India and Pakistan? They still sell the daughters, and that's by law. Like that's by like religious law, like cultural law. It's not by federal law.
When you're born into a caste system, and that's
that's
for your whole life.
Yeah, well, that's an easy question because you got to understand. Like when you go overseas, I'll give you a prime example. It's the with Islam in the United States, Islam, Christianity, all these things are religions. But if you go overseas, Islam is not a religion. It's a way of life. It's so ingrained into the culture that it's more than just a religion. Everything these people do from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep,
right,
it has something to do with the religion of Islam. And it's the same with other countries in India and everything. Whatever they believe or whatever they practice, it's a part of their culture. Like it's so ingrained into the culture that not only is it a part of their religion, it's a part of their laws and everything else. So
it's like it's the way, like you said, it's a way of life. It's not you don't have to think about being Islamic. That's why I like the Jews. The Jews are like, sometimes I'm Jewish. They take off the thing, they're Jewish. Put it on, they're Jewish. Take it off, they're not Jewish. That's it. So some of these, like a lot of these Islamic people, they don't take it off. That's.
Oh yeah, you're not going over there with that. I'm gonna tell you right now. You go over there to Saudi, you go any of the Middle Eastern countries, and you think today you're gonna be Muslim, and then tomorrow you're gonna be gay, and then next day you're done. It ain't happening.
Can't do it. With the Jews all day.
Very strict.
Jews all day. They play around with it. They play around with the gay shit.
I remember what was it? Jews. What was being held? What sporting event was being held in Qatar? And they told them, I think, what was it, like the Olympics or some bullshit?
Yeah. Oh, when they had that opening.
Qatar with all these people straight from the rip. Listen, y'all can be happy here, but none of that gay shit. Don't be holding hands. Don't do none of this stuff out in public. None of that. Y'all gonna respect our culture and our country. This isn't America where you got freedom of speech and freedom of right.
Freedom of
gay. Fucking book you.
They said 2 genders, 3 genders. What are you talking about?
Like America is so funny.
Yeah, they will fucking book. Take that over there.
It is embarrassing. It's embarrassing because it's kind of like, why does it have to be said or whatever? Or why? And then people they boo them, right? They go, oh, they're so one-noted and backwards. These shithole countries are so backwards. And you're like, dude, they're not backwards. They're just, that's how they like to live. Just because it's not the way that we live out here in wacky old half cowboy, half gay cowboy USA. I don't. That's not how everybody lives. That's how everybody lives, and that's that force shit. So like back in most people back then gave their children biblical names and things of that nature had a lot to do to force them into being religious from the jump. So it was when you bring up forced Christianity, a lot of parents back then were just naming them Josephs and all of biblical names on purpose, just to kind of like make sure that they know that they will be forced into Christian only religion, nothing else. Don't even think about anything else. And a lot of them like went on to be preachers and shit like that within that time. But they were forced into that. I think that's kind of crazy when you talk about like you said, how the Bible does impose heavily on for you to pray and do certain things, especially Christianity.
You can't escape that. Then.
You can't escape it.
It's like, where did you get that name? Oh, from the Bible. What's this book here? It's like the best advertising.
Yeah, you are walking by. You're a walking Mormon, like a walking what do they call you? Latter-day Saint. You're a Latter-day Saint. You're a walking Jehovah's Witness.
There you go.
Your name is Jehovah. Jehovah.
Every time you get one.
It speaks and it speaks exactly to my name. Because growing up when my name was the fucking worst.
Oh, well, we were getting to you. We were wrapping up. We went to we were getting to no, because so Chastity, boom, almost was named Kavina, dodged the bullet. She says because she said that she says dodged the bullet, and I'm only saying you dodged it. Knee on it, dodged the bullet because I'm gonna say Chastity, way better name, yeah. Just we all know, like we said, she explained where the name came from, and now we're gonna take it to the right. Am I right? We're gonna take it to the right.
One more thing. All right, so we were talking about the Bible. I feel like the Bible is that apple, and that gives us the knowledge of good and evil. Basically, that's how I think about the Bible. Like
the Bible's the apple.
Yeah, the good and evil of the knowledge. Like all the stuff written down and how they use it.
Oh, what a trick.
And we use it as we will. Is that what it was? Like he was like, hey, listen, this is it, and you do with it however you please.
No, it's not. Listen, think about knowledge, right? You write it
God
down.
Is crazy. God is nuts.
Because like, when I think about the Bible, I'm like, okay, cool. Why would God want to keep us in a garden if He made the whole entire world?
We have women to blame for that.
Oh,
what?
He's going to the ribs. He's going to.
Yes, he would blame a woman.
He's going.
Nothing is never his fault.
Blame the woman.
He's going to the ribs. He's going back to the ribs.
How is the woman's fault?
I'm just saying. Who did the devil trick to eat the apple first?
I don't feel like that was God to begin with. I felt like the seed was God.
I feel like women just be
hungry. For sure.
What if women just be hungry?
We be hungry.
I think that was just women just be hungry.
Yeah, I mean, she came right to Adam with her hungry ass. Adam, I'm gonna put this pussy on you. Eat this apple.
Just kind of hungry. A little hungry.
Anyway, but if to actually speak to Chastity's point, if you look, especially with the book of Genesis, and this is why I tell a lot of people, God did not want. If we are to believe, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, the Genesis story is real. All right. If you read Genesis with an open mind and with a little bit of comprehension, you will know that God did not want man or woman to have anything related to freedom of choice, the free will. Free will was not the deal when God created Adam and Eve. And like I said, if we are to believe the Genesis story, we can know this is true because God told Adam and Eve that they could eat from everything in the garden except for the tree of knowledge. God did not want man or woman to have knowledge of good and evil. So that throws that free will shit out the window.
That's why I don't think that was God. I think that was the other way around. But I'm not really into
I'm just saying
religion as I am into spirituality.
I know, but like I like to use these things, especially with Christian people, because they love to take the Bible verbatim. They love to take it, as it is, and it's just like, well.
I like when they point at the book and show you the page in their hand and say, right here, you see that? Right here. And it's just like, and to me, that shit just looks like Kitibus, Titibus, Ripidus.
No, but you know what's funnier? What's even funnier is they will point you to a scripture to prove their point. But when you point them to a scripture that debunks everything about their religion, they ignore it. They'll ignore it completely.
It's like it's not coming from the same book.
Like it's not coming from the same book.
Right.
If you told me Jesus Christ was God, and I tell you in the scripture Jesus says many times that he is not God. Jesus never called himself God. He said he was the Son of Man.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean that's one of the white people love doing that shit too. We don't even get into that. How they don't
Yeah,
really know
but
the difference between Jesus
you
and
know,
God.
they don't know the difference. It's like, okay, if Jesus was God, how could Jesus be God? Jesus
Doesn't make
told
any
you.
sense.
I remember one of the story, one of the disciples had called Jesus good. And Jesus said, why dost thou calleth me good? There is none good but God. If Jesus was God, he'd have took the fucking compliment and said, thanks, bro. I'm good.
Good looking, my nigga.
Good
You know,
looking.
God's do it. Yo, God's do what God's do, my nigga.
Yeah, I
Good looking.
appreciate it. Thank you. I
Good looking, my
appreciate it.
God. Good looking, my young God. Yo, listen, I appreciate you.
Which is like I said, it blows my mind how Christians cannot just, they don't have a single ounce of common sense, bro. Because anybody with common sense reading that book would be like, bro, this is some bullshit.
Well, anybody that uses religion as a defense, like for all of your actions, is automatic bullshit. Because that's not what it's there for. It's not supposed to be used as a literal shield. They use it as a literal shield. It's not supposed to be used as a defense for you being an asshole or bigot or a thief or what have you. It's not an excuse. That's
like the command, oh, thou shalt not kill. Like, you know, it's like you guys. That's all.
Which is crazy.
They did not follow that part of the fucking
never
commandments.
No,
I mean,
which is crazy because if thou shalt not kill, God has killed more people, if we use the biblical records, than anybody else on this planet.
So he must have meant some sort of justifiable.
If thou shalt not kill, God ordered David to go into fucking battle. And David, supposedly, according to the Bible, was one of the most loved by God. And David was a fucking savage. So how are you going to tell me not to kill over here, but it's okay to kill over here?
He must have meant subjective. Like if there's some shit going down, do what you got to do. But overall, like if you know, if not, don't just do it to do it. Maybe he had like a Malcolm approach, like by any means necessary. He said, if you have to kill a nigga, but like don't just do it to do it. You know what I mean? Like serial killers.
I like Malcolm X too, because he said that last name ain't mine, so I'm gonna put X here.
There you go. Back into it.
What if he to put any other letter?
So you got what he put. He put Malcolm Little, right?
Malcolm Little.
Yes.
X10, X marks the spot. You know.
Right.
Ecstasy.
Into it. So that was my part, but I wanted to just really get into why was
wait, okay.
Yeah.
Where did we leave? We got to the whole.
We was getting to Jesus. I mean, yeah, we was getting to Jesus.
Right.
His upbringing.
No, yeah, I just wanted to. You brought up the part that how Christians be forcing shit, and I just wanted to just put out there, yes, forceful Christians did install those names on their children to force them into religion, whether they wanted to be in it or not. So, and that's just sits with you for the rest of your life.
It makes me think of, like, when I think of my name, and
right.
There must be like millions. There must be like millions of other people with the same dilemma. It's like how many of us become slaves to our name?
Yes. Absolutely. And that's one of the main things we're talking about.
Because like growing up, like I had no choice, especially growing up in a Black Baptist household. I had no choice but to become a slave to that name, because my mother was constantly reminding me of how great of a name it was, how great was the person who had the name before me. You know,
wait, how was my name? How was it when you fucked up? She was like, "Papi,
bro."
She goes, "No, Jesus wouldn't do that." Okay?
It was like exactly. So it was like even more disappointing.
Oh shit!
I got my ass whipped even harder because of it.
My goodness.
Jesus wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, so it's
I
like,
can't imagine trying to keep up. It wasn't like that, right?
No.
Like see, that's
it was
hard.
Because of my name, I had to do these things.
So if you had to start from school, what would be some of the nicknames? Because Chastity got Chaz Titty, which is my favorite.
Your
'Cause
favorite.
That's what
That's how you remember.
I
your
figured
name.
that's how
Spell
everybody
your
was
name.
doing it. I figured that's how you separated. You do chest it. I mean, that's how it's spelled.
I've misspelled your name before.
Sometimes you add an
thinking
extra
titty.
I. That's the problem. You wasn't thinking titty.
thinking titty.
You got it.
It was just
Chastity.
Chastity.
Nope, it's chastity. But what's
Yes, we have to put the emphasis.
spending
The emphasis on the titty. Yes.
Spending how many minutes talking about the nickname from high school that she's they make fun of her and we just keep saying it over and over and over and over and over.
Traumatizing.
Yeah, I know. Let's be
No, you
I'm
know
sorry.
why? I was like, I grew into both the ass and the titties.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah.
Chastity got a wagon.
Karate Kid soundbite from
Jokes
from
on
Jesus.
them.
He said, yeah.
I thank them
So
every day.
They blessed you.
Yes, they did.
They said, get some titty in there.
I said, no, but it's in the name.
It's in the name.
I bestowed to you
Titty.
the chast of the titty. All of it.
All
Have
of
it. He's like,
You
oh,
get it.
threw it all.
You get it all.
So we're in high school. Jesus Blackman. 2 crazy names. Names.
Together.
But awesome names. Oh, I didn't believe it when I met him. I said, okay, well, great name for the internet. Great internet name.
More so, I have more so trouble, honestly. Throughout middle school and high school, I had more trouble with my skin color than my name. So with my name, it's like people always, like even today, people like to revert my name to the Spanish pronunciation of it. There's no accent mark on my name. It's not spoken with an accent. It's not spoken, in Spanish. Like I have an aunt. My aunt is like maybe one generation from the island of Puerto Rico, and she will not fix her lips to call me Jesus. My name is Jesus.
Right.
That's what she calls me. That's my name. It's nothing wrong with it. But I only see it really in the Black community. The avid refusal to call me by my name. My name is Jesus. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's like, but I could assume it was Jesus. No, but not when I met you.
I think it's disrespectful, maybe.
Well, no, well, you know what it is. It's our protocol. So it's like, when you see that name, you automatically put the accent over it because you don't meet many people named Jesus. That's not it. It's always Jesus, and you don't ever want to make the mistake as calling someone Jesus, and they correct you and go, "It's Jesus," and you go, "All right, whatever, dude, whatever." But my thing is like when I first met
funny,
you,
it wasn't until like the end of high school, and this is around middle ending of high school, and this was around the time that the movie He Got Game came out with Denzel Washington. Yeah. And his character's name was
Jesus
Shuttlesworth.
Oh shit.
It was. He was the man that made the grilled cheese with the paper bag. He taught me how to make grilled cheese with an iron, and I didn't even know you could do that.
But it wasn't until then till everybody started calling me really, like they started not calling, but they started being more accepting of calling me by the pronouncing my name the way it is.
It took fucking Denzel Washington and the Spike Lee movie to be like, okay, well, I can see that.
Okay, Jesus.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I can see it.
Jesus.
I can see it.
Okay. It's okay to call. Oh, so Denzel made it okay to call a Black man Jesus.
Right. They said, hey guys, it's cool now.
But then they all started calling me Jesus Shuttlesworth. And it's like, bro, I don't play fucking basketball.
Oh no.
And like,
oh wait, now you were being racially discriminated.
Yeah, so instead of calling me Jesus Blackman, it's Jesus Shuttlesworth. Now I gotta take on
your last name too, Blackman.
Right? Oh come on, man. So now niggas calling him Denzel Washington and then his last name Blackman. It's like nigga, they're like
now
who
I
are you?
I have to take on this moniker of some fucking character in a movie. It's like, bro, I'm not Jesus Shuttlesworth. I'm Jesus Blackman. Please. Like,
you got them to stop calling you Jesus, so they got rid of the Spanish part, right? But then once they hit the Blackman, fucked them up all over again.
Yeah.
They got fucked up all over again. So it's like, so is it Blackman or is
It's
it
like
just
it's like they don't believe me until I tell them my entire name. Like when I
Cause
tell them
somebody,
if I tell them my first, my middle, and my last name, then they go, "Oh, okay."
wait, what's your middle name?
Kyle.
Oh my god! All right,
Kyle.
it's just black. It's just all right. So someone had to double down, double down.
So it's
It's
like,
like a
Jesus
double
Kyle
down.
Blackman.
Jesus Kyle Blackman, just so you can stamp it. You can't confuse it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Kyle Blackman. It must be a black guy. If you read the resume, it said the resume said Jesus, not Jesus. Well, first of all, you'll be a fool to see Jesus on a resume and it says Kyle Blackman and you still think Spanish. You're a fool. How many Spanish people you met with the name Kyle and Blackman in it? That sounds ridiculous. It's not real.
yeah,
So,
I mean, you might have had a chance if it was like Jesus Kyle Sanchez,
yes,
or Lopez or Dominguez.
Yes,
you might have had a chance.
Yes. Yes. No Kyle Blackman.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I don't know, but no.
But I don't think I've met a Jesus before you. Like I don't even think I've
I haven't met a Jesus except for he got game.
Jesus. That I've never met.
No, me neither. And I've never met a chastity.
And I didn't even remember that he got game. His name was Jesus. I didn't remember.
I definitely remember that, Jesus. And I have really.
But wait, wasn't he based off
yes, he's based off a basketball player.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I have no choice but to remember. I was so traumatized by it. It's been part. It completely scarred my psyche. So
but you got compared to Denzel Washington, dude. That's fucking gnarly. That's gnarly. And no situation was I ever compared to Denzel Washington. Ever.
Listen, man. Sometimes comparison can still be hurtful.
They're like, bro, he got game. Jesus, you're like, well, what can I do? What can I do?
What can I do?
Hey, Spike Lee's a genius. What can I do? Right. He thought of that name. That was Spike Lee off the top. I remember that's the guy's name. You know what I mean? But he wanted to make a movie about this miracle basketball player, right? Slash convict.
Right.
Oh, great movie.
What was he locked up for?
I think he murdered a man.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Good soundtrack. He murdered a man. So, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen, welcome to You Oughta Know, guys. This is season 2. Season 3, episode 2 is right in the back. Season 3, episode 2. We are talking about names. It's
okay.
Google Shaniqua tonight.
Yes.
Again, if you've been listening, thank you so far for sticking with us. I hope that we've been on track. I hope that we haven't been boring you like we've been boring Chastity. Chastity's been boring.
We're still good. We got 30 minutes left.
We've been boring you. We've been boring, but we're gonna get back on track. Okay, we're gonna get back on track because this is not Spike Lee. Can't be talking about Spike Lee movies all night as much as I would like to. Great film.
Well, no, it was.
It did teach me how to make a grilled cheese sandwich.
Reference,
but it is a great
reference. Jesus Kyle Blackman's story. Like
Kyle is such a black name, though.
I fucking hate that name.
What?
No, you can't hate Kyle. Fucking Kyle.
I hate that name.
Living single Kyle. No, that's gnarly. His name is Kyle. That's awesome. But damn, black. You have 3 black names. So you get out of junior high school. We talk about high school. You get out of high school. How's the name sticking with you now? Have you gathered more of people have got, but when you come into yourself, you have more of an understanding of who you are. So now you're not so much of you explaining your personality to people. They can kind of say, okay, I can see the Jesus. I can see that it's Jesus and not Jesus. I don't see nothing. You don't speak Spanish. They've never seen you play Spanish music. I don't think you've dated Spanish women. So they're just kind of like, we get it now. How do you come into your name?
I still really can't because people will look at me and say it's Jesus. They'll say, you look like a poppy. That's, you know what I mean? So it's like it's either that or once again it's some older black lady telling me how she's not going to call me my name because there's only one Jesus in her mind.
Oh.
and in her life,
Oh.
and she refuses to
Super
do so.
fan.
It's super fan.
I'm not calling you Jesus.
He said a super fan.
I've had people. Yeah,
I love God. I love Jesus so much. I will not even call anyone else.
Not my Jesus.
Not
my Jesus. Yeah, they swear it's blasphemy. They
Yes.
swear their souls will burn in hell for calling me Jesus.
She goes, get out.
As opposed to all that premarital sex
that's
they had.
black people.
Get out my fucking face.
How did white people treat you when
shit.
they called your name?
I don't really hang around with a lot of white folk.
No, you
I was gonna say that. We should actually all go around and see how do white people. Maybe at the end we should ask how do white people feel about our names, because I don't have an answer either. I have I have some white friends and those friends.
I think now that makes me it makes me want to go to an affluent white neighborhood and do like a street video about them and just ask them like, how would you feel about calling me Jesus?
It's like, well, I'm not calling you Jesus.
I'm not calling you Jesus.
It depends. Do you have a record?
I'll call you Jesus.
It depends. It depends. Have you been living righteously by the Lord?
Yeah.
Like
I've had people adamantly say, I'm not calling you that. I'm not calling that.
Really?
And
it's like, you can eat my ass, because if you ever need help and you say, hey, Jesus, help me, I am not answering you.
That's so funny. Hey, Jesus, could you imagine your last words be calling out to Spanish God? That's ridiculous.
But,
Spanish
honestly,
Jesus.
I feel like kind of happy. Well, not happy, but like concerned maybe. But if during sex, they can't get it wrong. Like,
oh, you mean like no one calls out Jesus?
No, I was gonna call you Jesus, but you can't get it. You can't get it wrong. Like,
right. Jesus.
If you say someone else's name, then you're really
right. I see what you're
now we just. I mean, now during sex, now during sex, I just have to figure out.
What's going on? You say, wait, hold on. You got people's names wrong?
Yeah. During sex, I just have to figure out the distinction. Like, are you talking to me or him? Like,
holy shit. Are you talking about me or him?
I got you. Okay. All right.
Funny.
That's messed up.
I know we was playing now. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Aren't you an atheist?
And she goes, get out of my house. No, that's not funny. Actually, damn, you say you can't mess up his name. Now that leads to a lot of questions. Do you think that women, for guys who have stupid ass names, they forget on purpose? Like, so like, let's say his name is like something dumb you'll never remember, and he's like, yo, I hope you remember it's Cleveland.
Well, that's where they come up with all them dumbass nicknames.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where I'm going with this. So I'm trying to figure out what happens when why do they forget, right? Why do they forget? So my theory goes like this. It probably was a stupid name, and that's why she calls out a cooler name during sex. That's why I think that ever happens, because I don't think that's a real thing. I don't think women forget who's inside of them.
Listen, let me make this extremely clear to any woman that may be listening to this or watching this.
No, we get no women viewers.
If you're having sex with me and you say another man's name other than mine,
ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
I don't care who the fuck it is. I'm gonna punch you in the back of the head.
I'm just what?
Listen,
what? What universe?
If you can't say, "Oh Jesus," you better "Oh Hosanna" or "Oh Jehovah."
And it's easy to say. It's right on the wall. But my thing is this. My thing is this. My thing is this. How dare you? Okay, if you don't know who the name of the person inside of you, that's messed up. God damn it. I know that used to be a thing. They used to put that in the 90s movies. They'd be like, oh, Ray Sean. It's like, wait a second. If my name is David, why'd you say Ray Sean? You went all the way out to think about that nigga who has a more complicated name than David. That means because Ray Sean put it on you. That's heavy. See, now the power of names is something too. I think that they have something like when you think of the name Thor, right? Automatically from childhood and from what we've been taught about mythology, you know that name comes with power, right? So my thing goes with things of that nature as well. What names do you automatically hear weakness, or do you automatically hear something of wealth, or do you automatically hear maybe promiscuous, or you know how guys?
chastity.
Well, okay.
You think promiscuous,
right? But clearly,
But what
not.
name?
He said chastity.
Yes.
So, but we already went over that.
But when you,
that's clearly not the case. So that's
No,
another
I'm just
deception.
saying. I'm just saying. It's just like you got the etymology of names and shit. Like with the Kavina, with chastity. Yeah, when you hear these names, certain things pop into your mind.
Yes.
You know, even with chastity, yeah, it sounds, once again, there still sounds, there's power in the name.
Yes.
But it's also that hint of eroticism as well.
Right.
So it's like.
But now let me ask you a question. Like, let's say that the name Pamela. Now that name Pamela, to me, is not a sexy name. But now when you think of
I
Pamela
think of like
Anderson,
a truck stop whore.
Okay, right? Truck stop whore.
A lot lizard.
Lot lizard. Okay.
Lot
you see
lizard,
where we
yeah.
at? Now
Pamela.
look where we at. Now Pamela Anderson. You see that?
Baywatch. Or masturbation.
Well, close. Baywatch. But you see how we got? We got Pamela Anderson, Baywatch. One of the top sex symbols of the 90s, right?
Yes.
She was a golden beacon of Americana when she was on Baywatch. Okay.
She has some nice titties.
She was fantastic bod, rocking beach bod, right? So when you that she changed that name Pamela, so I'm pretty sure during that time, how many white women and black women were naming their daughters Pamela based off the success of this one hot Pamela? Because you don't mean hot Pamelas. That sounds like a cab lady. You said lot lizard. She said,
that's Pam.
He said, yeah, that's Pam. Ain't nothing sexy about Pam. But see, but that's not fair. But see, okay, again, Pamela. Look at Martin. Look at Martin. It wasn't about her. It was about Gina. Pam was the one that got ridiculed for her buckshots. She got ridiculed for not being desperate and lonely. She had no man. She chased Luther Vandross down the street. Rest in peace. She used to love Luther Vandross.
That was the wrong man to chase. That's the wrong. You ain't got no man, and you picked the only gay dude to chase.
Yeah, Luther Vandross is gay.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert! If anybody saw this, if anyone didn't see
about
Luther
chasing
Vandross,
dreams, go ahead.
No.
She was like Luther. I was like, well, no, he's clearly gay, but that's mad funny. But yes, when the names that roll off, the people that you think automatically, like do Prince, the name Howard because of Prince Howard or Charles, all those names that white people are naming their children because of the success of the Charles and the Howards, you know, and the Queens and the Elizabeths and all that shit. I think that's far. I think there's so many more Elizabeths because of the fact that the Queen and how successful that name is. Meanwhile, she's like synonymous with murder and rape and death and theft. She's no queen. She's a butcher. So, and everyone says that about her. So I'm just saying, like, when you name your daughter after that, that's crazy, right? Like, which side are you on? That's where I'm at with that. Are you just like you could name your son Jesus, right? I think that she wanted success and wanted you to be a good person. She saw a beacon of light, right? So when you name your daughter Elizabeth based off the Queen, why'd you do that?
That's my middle name.
Well, I know that. That's not your first name, okay?
Okay.
And middle names.
Her name.
Middle names.
Chastity, what's your middle name?
Middle names ain't shit.
My middle name is Noemi. It's a family middle name.
What is
Noemi?
Noemi?
Noemi.
Noemi?
Nohemy.
She said it like we knew it. She said Noemi. Duh. She said
No, because I know a Dominican girl named Noemi, but it's spelled differently. I mean, obviously, the phonetics. the spelling is different.
And that was one of the first things a woman said
Wait,
to me.
spell that.
NOHEMY. Knowing me.
That was what happened in my prom night at 6th grade. I was grinding on a woman, and I was like, "Can I?" And she said, "Knowing me."
Yeah.
So
Use knowing me in a sentence. Listen,
Yeah,
bro. Knowing me, I ain't coming to fuck tonight.
Yeah, she said, "Please knowing me." I've heard it before. I mean, it's common. I've heard it throughout my life.
Spanish, Hebrew for
Yes.
Naomi.
Oh, so it's all right. So so Naomi is the Americanized version of knowing me.
She is also in the Bible.
Oh my God, aren't we all?
Yeah, because Elizabeth has a God's delight, or I was just looking at it.
It's no good. She's no good.
God's
that's
promise.
Not your first name.
God is my
first name.
No, that's not my first name.
So we're talking about the first name.
I know, but
my first name.
No. I'm just saying, like, I can't connect you to an Elizabeth, those murderous rapists, because it's your middle name. Mm-hmm. Come on.
So
that's a crapshoot.
Middle names don't count.
It's a crapshoot.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Continue. Okay.
Who, me? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what were we talking? I thought Chassie was talking.
Yeah, he was talking about.
No, you was.
Listen, that first name I didn't name myself. It took me a while to understand that name.
Mm-hmm.
And live
understand
up to
what
it.
Name?
Chastity.
Chastity. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Like you said, you do what you want to do with your name. So I feel like, pure. Yeah, I should be purely me. And yeah, like abstaining from sex. That's what I'm doing now. But before, no.
You're taking your name back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, he always boos your. He always boos your.
Boo? He's boo.
Yeah, he
Why?
boos your chastity.
Is he a virgin?
Process. No, he boos virgins.
I'm a virgin. Yes, I am. I'm a born again virgin. God said I can do it.
I would never take that title.
We're in the middle. We're in the middle of I know you are, but what am I?
I'm not a virgin. Listen.
Where are we at?
Okay, yeah. So, you're talking about
contemporary.
Yeah, we're still.
I'm back. I'm still back. I'm trying to just get into. Of course, the first name's got to go. I'm not trying to do like a list of what should stop or what should start, but you see a lot of YouTube videos of people making all of these. You remember the parties that they used to have? They don't do those anymore. The baby name parties or like the gender reveal parties and all those kind of baby parties, they're not a big deal anymore. So we used to be like, my son's gonna be named Tristan, and he's also a girl. I'm getting crazy. I'm naming a girl a boy's name. So we don't do that anymore because we don't care. I don't think as much. Because it's up to you what you name your kid.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be like, oh, don't name him that. It's not up for debate. I feel we stopped caring about what people name their kids. Why? Because the impact doesn't matter. Is it because the boys' names started being called the girls' names? So it's all mixed up. Because that fucks me up. The girls that have the boys' names, I feel old with that. I feel like that, like that started with like the Dakotas and like all that. I was like that was like some California shit. It was like Dakota was a boy and Dakota was a girl. I remember I saw that on television, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird that they do it like that. And then some stuff is happening like that out here, where a lot of women are giving their sons traditionally female names,
like Dylan. Like now, Dylan is a unisex name. A boy could be Dylan, girl could be Dylan.
Right, like Bob Dylan.
Leslie.
That's a Leslie. And my niece, her name is Bradley.
Yeah, but see that male Leslie name is old. I know a couple old niggas named Leslie.
It's like an old person name.
Like, yeah, so it's not like more. Yeah, it's like something that probably took place for like the last 70, 80 years.
like an old respected like Bartholomew, or like my middle name Cornelius. Leslie, my Cornelius sounds like a nigga with long knuckles.
Oh my
Just
god.
Definitely a gold suit.
Yeah, gold suit, long knuckles. Sounds like Drake's dad, Cornelius.
He drinks that brandy, but it's like an old label. Like it always looks old.
It's got like that old timey font on it. It's got a piano from the Western days.
But now it's like Leslie is Leslie is like a Gwyneth now.
Oh yes. You can find a Leslie. These are well, I'm not gonna say white people. White people have took all those names and made them more. They put them out there. Now they and once one of them becomes successful, now that name is big. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. When you take that name,
Elon is gonna catch on.
Not at all.
Elon,
not at all.
You would think we would have had
either.
Did you think we would have had three by now?
You know why?
I
think names is more so name and naming traditions. I believe is more so like along the lines of genres or tastes in music. Like as the times change, the names become more associated to that particular century or generation. Like they become more modernized over time. It's the same with any language. Every language, evolves throughout time. So I don't think like moving forward from now, let's just say, today, 2025, moving forward, I don't think we'll see that many older names being used for children or babies being born now, because that's just not a part of this generation. Like everybody now is naming their children after the dumbest shit ever.
Oh my god! It gets worse and worse.
Now they're naming children.
Person.
Now they're naming children after emotions and feelings, and this is my baby Hope, and this is my baby Mercedes, and.
Well, what about Serenity? Like that.
Once again, another old name that you probably won't see after this generation is gone.
Serenity. Yeah, now it's just Dresser.
Yeah, because look at the fad now. Look at the fad now with our celebrities and what they're naming their children.
Apples.
Yeah, like
all right. The top new names in 2024. This is last year. Olivia. It's not bad. Olivia. Noah.
That name is always up.
Always.
I feel like that name is always up. Every year. It's always Noah.
Always looking for a nigga to drown.
Yeah.
Liam. Liam's
which
up
is
there.
Crazy because that's my middle son.
That's Lawrence brother's name, though.
Liam.
That's my middle son's middle name.
Middle names don't count.
And he has, but the crazy thing is, my middle son, he's Puerto Rican and he's black, but he has I think that's an Irish or Scottish first name. His name is Connor.
Oh, Liam. What do you mean Liam Nielsen? Yeah, Liam Nielsen. Yeah. Very, very, very Irish.
But my middle son's name is Connor.
Very Irish as well. That's another Irish name. Connor.
Liam.
You mean Liam O'Connor?
Yeah, Connor Liam.
That's family. That's part of the Murrays. That's fam. Amelia. Always. And Oliver.
Olive and Oliver.
Olivia and Oliver. Always.
They must have only like questioned white people, because I don't know any black people.
Do you know anyone named Austin?
We would have to make the list ourselves. Shit.
Right. Well, that's why we're here. So we got Austin, Cash, Dutton, Wyatt, Dutton, like Dutty wine, but with an O-N at the end.
Wyatt.
I love Austin and straight up Cash. Tell me how you feel.
Cash. Somebody's named Cash.
Name your kid just. I just like dogs' names. I mean,
Cash doll.
Yeah, I think they like what Richie Rich named his dog or whatever.
Again, do you live up to it?
Exactly.
Don't be broke.
Oh, if my name is Cash.
That's what happened to Jessica Alba.
Oh shit.
Her husband's name is Cash.
Oh shit. She ended up with some money. Oh, she left him. No, you see, what's crazy about that? His name was Cash, but but
she had the money.
He wished it into her life. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You wanted me.
It rubbed
You
off
wanted
onto
me.
him. He was like, no, it was supposed to go to me.
Horrible.
That sucks. Well, listen, that nigga wasn't in Dark Angel. So what was he? I mean, come on.
Dark
deserves it.
Angel.
She deserves it.
I love that show.
It's a great, fantastic show.
I have the DVD set.
It's streaming, and it's usually streaming on Amazon TV. If you got the Amazon Fire Stick,
I'm
go to
definitely
live
glad to
TV.
watch this. Yeah.
They be fucking playing La Femme Nikita and Dark Angel like late at night, running a marathon for no reason. But
It was only 2 seasons, but it was good.
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
So what Jesus was saying with the getting into like the significance and the meanings, and as far as how the connection, because of the times, the names are going to keep changing. Like my main man Bob Dylan said.
Bob Dylan.
One of the top names, Dylan. I agree with that, but what about the people who are still keeping it biblical? Are those people backwards? Are those people bringing up shit that we don't need anymore in our timeline? You know what I'm saying?
I think those people are few and far in between. I don't see too many people naming. If anything,
Joseph's?
I don't see too many biblical names being used anymore. If anything, the only religion that you see people still using names like it's Islam. Everybody uses Arabic names.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Oh, yes.
It's only Muhammad. Yeah. So many Muhammad.
There was a few years ago. Everyone was kind of naming their kid Amaya.
Oh yes.
Like that. Did you notice that? Like there was like I just kept hearing that name, and then it's like someone you know.
Yeah, a friend of mine has a daughter named Amaya.
That's my brother's daughter's name.
Yes, and your friends.
Oh yes, my friend from high school, he named his daughter also Amaya as well.
But it was like a trend, I guess. I don't know if everyone was just naming their
now
kid
he
Amaya.
claims that he named her after the Mets.
Huh?
He said it's like Mets spelt a certain way.
What?
I swear to God.
But see, it was the same thing with the name. It's the same thing with the name. What the hell was that name? Everybody was naming their daughter.
Nevaeh.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't that Nivea?
Nevaeh.
No, that's Heaven backwards.
Heaven
backwards. Oh yes, that was the vibe. See, that's the shit. A lot of things was happening with those. What do they call acronyms? Not acronyms. Synonyms? No, not synonyms. But a lot of people naming them kids those things where they're mixed words based off one word. You know, like there are many meanings in one word. I think it's the acronym. But
yeah, I have a niece. I have a niece named Nevaeh. So it's just like
that's crazy. A lot of people do that, and they can't wait to tell you. Like it's not Moni, it's backwards. It's blah blah. But it's like, but that was a thing. The backwards spelling name. And then them saying it backwards, and that was a vibe too. Yes, that was a trend that died out. No one's naming their kids backwards names anymore, and no one's naming their kids after cars anymore.
Thank God.
That's not the vibe.
Well, imagine who the Tesla.
Ooh, you see on Elon.
Someone named their kid Tesla.
She on Elon ass. She's like, first of all, Elon, what is your credibility and what is your longevity if niggas ain't even naming their kids after you? They ain't naming their cars after you. You right? I don't like his. I didn't like the sunglasses and the gold chains. I don't know why he's dressed like Run from Run DMC. I have no idea what he's doing. It's too much for me.
Now and then.
Yeah, he looks like Reverend Run and Run from back in the 80s. I don't know. He's a glitch.
In the United States, 150 people. Wait, is this the first name? Oh, this is all last name.
No, I'm trying to get the names like heaven backwards.
Okay. 1,468 babies in the United States were named Tesla in 2021.
What?
So yeah, 1,400 people named their kid after a car.
450 people.
That's pretty good. How many? It's like 273 million of us. So that's a small.
These are all robots.
I think my mother got me and my sister's name from like a soap opera.
Speaking of soap operas and people where they got their names, you told me a little story about where your grandmother got your mother's name from.
My mother's name was April. She got her my grandmother. She got her name from a movie. I forget the name of the movie. It's an old movie. And I'm just like, I thought it was just for the month, even though she was born in March. I was like, was she supposed to come in April? And you know, you wanted an April, but she came early in March. I always thought it was that. But she's just like, it was one of her favorite movies, and she loved a character named April. And she.
How many times do you think that has happened that someone watched the movie and was like that? Oh well, I mean, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you because that could. I mean, not to say that it could not might have been the case. I don't know if your mother was a big fan of.
Soap opera.
But
soap opera.
Right, but I'm saying like how soap opera based off a movie.
Yeah.
So does TV have an impact on names? Is that what we're doing?
Listen, I was gonna name my son Quadair. That's
Who's Quadair?
Main character in True to the Game book.
Yeah.
I like it. Is
I
that
remember
the one
that,
with
yeah.
short?
Yes, but I read the book.
Mm-hmm. We did that.
And in the book,
I didn't read the book.
I liked his character. Like he was a gentleman, and he.
You know, it's funny you say that because
he had money, and I was like, oh, I like his presence. So I would name my son that. And then, you know, I was like, I told his father, I said, if it's a boy, you can name him. But if it's a girl, I got it.
Which is funny you say that because I was going to do the exact same thing, but my name came from Boys in the Hood, and it was Lawrence Fishburne's character, Furious Styles, his father.
The barber.
So
the barber.
I wanted to name my son after that character because Furious was he was intelligent. You know, he was hardworking. He was a active father at that. Like his character was really like no nonsense. He was firm, but he was fair, and like he wasn't a dumb nigga.
That's crazy. I literally was talking about what do we have like a death battle, and I was saying like, I said Lawrence Fishburne would defeat is some sort of like wiser than not Morgan Freeman, or I was comparing who's wiser then or now, some shit like that. All I'm saying that you asked me was like, he's like Lawrence Fishburne then or now or whatever. Oh, okay, I got it. That's what it was. It was Will Smith playing him saying that he didn't take the Matrix role, right? So what we would try to wonder would be like, so if Will Smith would have took that role, right? If he would have played Lawrence Fishburne's character, let's just say
that movie would have immediately flopped. Immediately.
So myself was like, oh no, right? So I was like, well, hold on. And I was like, it would be like which sort of Lawrence Fishburne would he would have to be or some shit like that. Because I was like, he would have to be Lawrence Fishburne from New Jack City, from Boys in the Hood, because that seriousness, he would have to channel that to like to realize that.
Have it. He doesn't have that presence.
But it's so funny that you brought up that movie because that's the most serious of any role I've ever seen Lawrence Fishburne, even within the Matrix universe. And he's a fucking he's a barber. He's a house barber. He barbers only in the house. But he's good at it. But I was like, Will Smith would have had to channel that.
He was a real estate agent. He just cut hair.
He on the side.
He just cut hair on the side.
Yeah, that's side hustle. But I was like, he would have had to channel that nigga because I don't know who Lawrence Fishburne channeled to play, you know, this nigga who's schooling the savior of the universe. But then like in my own brain, I was like, he was training his son to be like the protector of the future of the universe. You know, he was telling this young black boy that you don't have to go out dying like an idiot. You know, same thing that Morpheus was telling Neo. So I'm like, it's sort of the same movie, different premise, different universe. But that's
I wonder
amazing.
if he was named after, or
who, Lawrence?
Lawrence. No, his character was based off of someone for real.
Furious?
Like who was that?
Oh my god, who's Furious?
Right, like who is
I only changed it because I had to think of the future of my child, and seeing Furious black man on a job application would not do it.
Oh my god.
Would not do it.
Gold. Oh man.
Round of applause.
That was it lined up.
That's such a righteous
black man. Oh my god, he would have had a middle name, child.
Sir, don't call us. We'll call you.
Oof.
Oh my
Oof.
God. Round of a fucking applause.
I love that.
I'm looking for some, let's get
Serious black man.
He's almost like Shaft, but not. Like it's a little different.
but he's more pissed. But he's also ingenuous and he cares a lot.
It's not so much what's his name, Black Dynamite. It's
No.
a little
No, he'll kick your ass, but also take you to the hospital. He's furious black.
Right, listen, we had our freaking leader of the next civil rights movement, and here Black Jesus go. Want to be conscious of shit.
No.
Furious black man. I love that.
That's
That's a character. You must write it.
Listen,
You
Superman.
must write.
I
Must
still
write
got
the
some
script.
time
That's
left
the
to
Black
raise another
Superman.
child.
He
If I
said, I
have
had to think
another
about my
son-
boy.
Yeah, if I
He
have
said, think
another
about my
son,
boy.
it's going down.
Listen, furious black man as a girl.
Oh, we talking about, hold on.
And what does she look like?
Well, that's Furiosa. Hold on. Let's just
Wait a second.
Let's do Furiosa. And it's clearly Furiosa Kavina. Furiosa Kavina Blackman.
Whoa.
Which sounds like some sort of...
That's like Tupac Shakur. Asada Shakur. Who is it?
Yeah, all of it.
It's all of it.
All of it. Shabazz, Shabbat.
Shabazz.
Yeah, Shabazz, Shabbat, all of it. Yeah,
It sounds like a
Farrakhan wouldn't have liked
holiday.
this dream. I've learned about a group of people today back in Egypt, because we were learning about some names earlier. Just to add a little more sprinkle on it. But you get that soundbite, sprinkle on it.
Mhm.
But there's this group of Egyptians called the Ham. And
That a double A?
no, just Ham, like straight up Ham.
Oh.
And I was like, it blew my mind. So here's my thing, right? I pray to the Nation of Islam's prayers. I pray to what they pray to. I like their prayers, right? I like what they pray to. I like what they believe in when they pray, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to that bacon, boy, I don't understand it. So I'm not gonna keep getting into that. I think I've done this many of times. But I've just talked about how I'm not gonna keep saying how can we demonize one animal and one animal.
He refuses to believe it.
It
He's
don't
like,
make no sense. If the pig is the worst, now we just
tastes so
shaming
good.
animals. Why would an animal that tastes so good be so bad? That can't be.
It's a lie.
right.
I thought that was the apple.
And I don't like the idea. You said the owl?
The apple.
Oh, the apple's supposed to be disgusting.
It's the pork. Like,
Right.
don't eat it.
Right?
Don't,
Did Jesus ever say?
told you not to eat it.
And then she ate the pig.
It's the pork.
No, they didn't say she ate no pork rinds, no nothing. So I'm just trying to figure out, since when we gonna shame one animal and say this animal is the most demonistic thing that we can't do that. We can't do that. So if you look up this tribe of Ham back in Egypt times that I learned today, there was a whole group of them. They were called the Hams, and the only person that here's how the book go. The book of Kemet. It goes like this. Canaan, he was in his family. One of his kin backstabbed him, backstabbed everyone. So everyone curses Canaan. He's the villain. I think people are confusing Ham with Canaan.
Maybe.
He didn't do
Maybe.
nothing wrong. He didn't do anything wrong.
It wasn't
And
the
I'm
pig.
pretty sure that trickled down to the Muslims, and the Muslims are like, nah, bro.
You got the wrong one.
They're like, nah, bro, I already read it. It was Ham. He betrayed his brother Canaan. I'm like, no.
It's a soap opera.
Yeah, it always is a soap opera.
Chastity, you're named after.
Yeah, you're named after a soap opera. Jesus, you're named after the biggest soap opera.
For real.
Horrible.
You're named after the
Horrible.
biggest soap opera, brother.
My God, horrible.
But that's great. We've made our rounds.
Yes.
We hit you. So Marcella, it's a French name. It's a name of
Roman. It's
Roman.
Roman French origins, but it's it's this neutral sounding name, you know, could be, you always think, you know, it's not offensive. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, it's bland almost. It's like, you know, hey, it's just Marcella, whatever. So
Like
yeah,
white
it's
people's
dedicated
chicken.
to Mars. And
They just say, hey, there goes Marcella.
which
Hey,
is the
whatever.
god of war.
Yes, she is also the
And
god of
then
war.
warrior and warlike.
There we
So
go.
I always I didn't understand. I was like, what?
And see that when it says warrior,
No.
warlike, that Elizabeth side kind of, you know, it kind of pops
It's like
up.
warlike, no.
Right? No, they don't feel that. They don't feel that.
I mean, like, it's always once I like it's always, especially I've noticed like it's like when I'm having a kid, I've always loved the etymology of names and, you know, figuring out where they came from, the root of the name. It's just it's like it's always like a good mix in names.
You saying mix them up?
Yeah, like it just shows us how diverse. It's not even just the culture, it's just how the diversity in our names.
The
'Cause,
fact
you
that
know,
we play
yeah, the
with
fact that it, you know, Roman and French and like that, like when did this take place? When the Romans invaded, or what have it? Like how did we get here?
Sure. We were asking about like people. People had this question about who taught the slaves how to be slaves,
Oh,
right?
God.
Sorry, we was getting to some shit, right? Because it's like, who the fuck taught the slaves how to be slaves, right? So you're like, well, you know, they probably just, you know, to each his own, right? It's like, I guess I gotta figure this out. It's gonna kill me. But
The whip.
The Bible did.
well, the Bible,
whip.
exactly, right.
Bible.
Right.
Religion.
Yeah, the whip,
Religion.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, good
Religion
answers. Good
taught
answers.
people
Good
how
answers,
to be
right?
slaves.
Good answers, right? In the
Because
sense of
before you became the slave of a man, you became the slave of a god. Religion taught you how to be a slave.
so
Well, see, that's why I don't even like. They be like, "Oh, you gotta fear God." Ooh, God gotta be my friend, because who's scared over here?
No, I mean, even if you just look,
why would I be
even if
scared
you
of a
look
god?
at,
I'm a Biden.
even
I'm a
you're like,
Biden god.
even if you look at, you know, the religions of the past, you know, the you know, Greek mythology, Norse mythology,
Fear, fear, fear.
man has always
African
been a
mythology,
slave.
Fear,
too.
fear,
Yeah,
fear, fear, fear.
man has always been a slave to the gods.
Yes, fear,
Ooh.
fear,
So
fear.
when it's already like it's already been ingrained into you, you know, for millennia. So that's why I said, you know, it's easy to be a slave to man when you're a slave to God.
So
Wow,
See, that's one thing I would have to say that really pisses me off. Like, some people would say, "Oh, ingrained," but at what point do we not realize that we have free will, and when do we not exercise it?
mm-hmm.
Well, we are
Well,
always, honestly, you even, how can I put this and not sound stupid? You're always going to be a slave to something, even if it is your own free will.
oof,
whoa.
that's
So
depressing.
Because now with your free will, what are you using
well,
to make those choices?
I
Feelings, emotions. As humans, we're always going to be slaves to something. It's
Slave
just you
therapy.
See,
gotta.
if you say you are a slave to something, you will become a slave to something. I don't even
You
use
are.
that type of language. I'm not a slave to anything. I am going to learn something, and I'm going to utilize what I learn, and
So
I'm
now
going
you're a
to
slave to
continue.
knowledge. Slavery isn't always a bad thing.
You know
she
what?
put
I
she
The
put
think
she,
last time, listen, let me tell you
you
something.
walked
The
into it.
last, the last
You walked
no
time
into it.
around
no
You
this
she
walked
gave us
around
into it.
this time on the show,
she
I would start screaming, right?
she gave us
But
she gave
So
us
I
wait
think
I'm
it's
draining
like,
myself of
listen,
anger.
we
she
should,
gave us
but
the nice accent. She said, "You're a
yeah,
slave to what
but
you
you
wanna
gotta,
be. You're a
but you gotta be, you
slave."
have to understand
It
what
was
I mean
nice
by it.
delivery.
Listen, what I mean by it is like being
It's
a
never
slave to
ending.
something doesn't have to be a negative. It doesn't have to,
Mm,
it's the context in what you are.
right.
In Islam, the Quran teaches us to seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. So that
Yes.
means we are a slave to seeking knowledge. You are a slave to something. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be. We're humans. We're slaves to our emotions. We're going to do what we feel and what we think. We are slaves to something. You are a slave to your body. You have to do what your body tells you to do. You can, if I told you to stop breathing right now, hold your breath, you will breathe because your body has to breathe.
Well, hold on.
You are a slave to something.
There's got to be a different. There's a difference between self-control and management than slavery, right? Okay, so you can say like I'm managing myself. I'm managing a relationship, right? I can say we are managing this relationship. I'm not a slave to her. She's not a slave to me. You can't. You could be in love and not be a slave to love. I just feel like if you let it consume you, sure, then you become a slave to it. But I really feel you could definitely have a management system or some sort of like just sort of equilibrium with something that you are infatuated with or that you have to do. Okay, just like you said with your micromanagement or being a slave to your body. I say the over assessment to somebody like that would be people who are that have that shit. They don't gotta wash their hands 100 times a day.
OCD.
Now OCD, bam, you're a slave to your body. Now you're fucked. You tricked your mind, and now you have to do that, and you can stop it if you focus, but you're like, nope, I have to. This is who I am. I wash my hands 12 times. If I hear someone else sneeze, I wash my hands 12 times. So it's just like that's you being trapped in your body. Yes, I agree that that can happen to you, but most people have just a management system. I think it's more. I don't think we're all just slaves to like each other or whatever. I just feel like you are in control of who you want to how much you want to deal with something, even your own person, and how much you want to deal with another person.
I think where we're losing the disconnect is the actual meaning of slave. So when people hear the word slave, automatically they go to the more prominent definition, which is a person who is, enslaved by another, captured or whatever we're talking about like that, or a person who is forced. Well, I'll give you
I only know one version, Jesus.
Exactly. So this is what we do. Hold on. All right. So the definition. This is definition is from the Oxford Languages Dictionary. So the first.
I don't trust that cracker book.
I know, but it gives me the definitions that I'm speaking more so when I say that we are slaves. So the first definition, which is the more prominent one that everyone thinks of when they hear the word slave, is a person who is forced to work for and obey another and is considered to be their property. Now, what I speak to is more so along the lines of the definition that they give is a person. It's two definitions that they give that I speak to when I say slave, but that we are slaves to things. One is a person who is excessively dependent upon or controlled by something. Or two, a device or part of one directly controlled by another. So when you take those two meanings or those two definitions and you apply them throughout your life, we're all quote unquote slaves to something, be it our body, be it our emotions, be it our thoughts. We are slaves to something, even if it be to Mother Nature itself. You are a slave to it because you excessively depend upon it.
But see, listen, this is why.
Wait.
I don't like
to air and oxygen. Like, is that what you say? Like, because I need oxygen,
we're slaves to it. We are slaves to it.
Listen, we can become slaves if we don't realize that.
Right.
Realize
having knowledge gives you freedom. For example, you said you become a slave to knowledge. I feel like when you have knowledge, you have freedom. For example, you learn how to cook. That means you're going to eat well. Now, you learn a variety of things to cook, right? You have more food options. if you only thought that ham and eggs go together, if you don't have eggs, you're not gonna eat the ham.
And what do they call it when you kick? And what do they call it when you're cooking in the kitchen?
They call it OTD. No, when you if you can't no
But
no
listen,
no
what
wait
is-
when
what
you
does Mr. Black
on the
Man call it?
spectrum on the
What do they
spectrum.
call it? What do they call it when you're cooking in the kitchen?
What are you talking? It's just cooking. What do you mean?
No,
What do you
they
mean,
call
what
it
do they
you're slaving in the kitchen.
Oh, stop that! That is
Because once again,
First
You
of
know
you
all,
one
are
thing
a
about being a
person
black
First of
man,
all,
he
is
always got some
excessively-
proof
no, he's
that's
got
going
he's-
to
he's got Jesus. As an
provide
advocate,
a burden of proof for his
as
argument.
as an advocate as someone who worked in the kitchen the majority of my adult cool life, like the
And
cool
you could
years.
amazingly.
They
Mr.
didn't know it wasn't a slave thing. I never called it slaving. I didn't think about Kunta Kinte. I didn't think about being whipped.
But
no, I'm just saying.
No.
I didn't think about. I didn't think about.
That's where people miss the disconnect because they attach that definition of slaving
But
to
let me explain.
the definition that we're using. Because I
explain.
said you're slaving in the kitchen, meaning that you're in there cooking, you're working hard, you're doing something, and you immediately attach Kunta
No.
Kinte to
Slave in
your
the-
frying
Now,
pan.
being
see
a
my-
slave in the kitchen, right?
Nah.
Is
You
taking
connected
this,
No,
taking this
No,
hog,
Yep.
right? The ham. We're gonna go back to the ham.
we're going back to
Taking
ham.
we're gonna go back to the ham. It's taking
Too
the hog,
delicious to
right?
be evil.
Taking the chitlins and the shit that
That
the white
children's
people
just
don't want to
that
eat,
shit the same way.
feeding up the good pieces,
Mhm.
and then you eating the throwaways. That's
Mhm.
slaving in the kitchen. Now you are
Mhm.
not a slave to cuisine, and you can eat whatever
Slaving
part
in
of
the
the fucking
kitchen is
ham you
working
want to eat.
hard in the kitchen.
Yes. See,
No,
now
it's
look,
not, because
Yes,
being
you
a
keep
slave and
attaching-
being in the kitchen back then meant
because-
something different. You
because
wasn't eating
it's-
the best parts of the
Yeah,
meat.
nah, Jesus, hold on. Because now,
I'm telling you right now, my
Jesus-
own grandmother said it out her damn mouth.
I
when she was
understand that.
cooking,
and she was
okay?
being
And
she was being
slaving.
ironic.
And what she meant was
She was being
she
ironic.
was in that kitchen working hard to cook and prepare a meal.
She was
didn't
being
say
ironic.
anything
Are you
about the
trying to say it's
massa.
a
He's
misunderstanding?
talking. Yeah, it's a
Like,
misunderstanding.
It is.
Because he's talking about soul. He's
they
talking about
keep-
soul food.
Because
Like,
they
soul
keep
food, they
attaching. They
they
keep
in there
attaching the
dancing.
white man to the definition. All I'm saying is,
they in there dancing and shit, and they in there
All I'm
dancing.
saying
And he
is-
said,
Before slavery, we were slaves. Like, come
we
on.
are.
"Nah,
Huh?
nah." He's saying that every time we cook, we say, "You know, if I put my foot in it, it's a little bit of slavery in there.
yeah.
A little bit of slave. I put my foot in there. A little bit of slave foot in
No,
there."
but
No,
listen,
that's-
when they put
Yeah,
when they say,
But
I
that's
put
what it
their foot
is.
in it,
It's basically
listen, why
I
wine
put a little bit
was
of whipped
derived
toe in there.
from stomping on the grapes, right? So they
Mm.
literally put their foot in it.
See, no, I'm just saying like that. These are just quotes. I think that quotes. These are just sayings when we actually bust ass in kitchen. I don't think
It
anybody. I think
is.
we got solace from cooking. I don't think any black person in real life, as much as they complain, really hates cooking. That's just facts. I just they you say that you do, but there's always singing involved. There's always the food always comes out so goddamn good. Okay, I always wonder if y'all in there beefing like that, why does it come out so good? Right? You would think chaos or distraught or some sort of like forced labor mentally if you felt like you were being controlled making this. The love and it would be out of it. You can't make something with love if it's controlled, I feel. But so they had a little break, I feel. When they was cooking, they had a little break from the slavery, from the control, and they'd be like, these niggas can't do what we doing. How do we know that? We watched a movie the other day that Joseph, what was that black lady? They made her look like E.T. See, fucking these niggas, man.
Autobiography of Jane Pittman.
Jane Pittman, the autobiography. They got Cicely Tyson in there looking like E.T. I don't know why they did it like that, but Marcelo was like, the graphics at the time wasn't that. I was like, nigga, no, no, because all you had to do is add bags under a black woman's eyes, and they look old. You don't have to add like all this shit. Google Cicely Tyson, Jane Pittman story. Bitch look like E.T. Rest in peace. I don't know why they did it like that.
Jane, God is gracious. All of
That's
the
what her
every
name means,
every
yes.
name is gracious.
So they got the close-ups of the nigga putting on the makeup on him as if he's doing a good job. He's not doing a good job. Talking about being a slave to your job. He thinks he's doing a good job. But they made it look like E.T. But he doesn't know how black women age. But I feel like, yes, you could do, it's two, there's options. You have options. some things are you do them because you love them, and some things you're obsessed. That's where the obsessive compulsive disorder comes from and shit like that. That's you over obsessing over something that should be done for fun and for free. You know what I'm saying? If you love it, you do it for free. That's what I always say. And everybody in this room knows what I'm talking about. Jesus Blackman, would you say you're obsessed with gaming, or would you say you just love gaming?
I just love it. I'm not obsessed with it.
So would you say you're a slave to gaming?
Yes.
Oh.
Listen, he must bear the burden of his proof. He
Of
must
his own
be a slave.
words.
Listen, Jesus
He's
Blackman
like,
is a slave.
Yes.
I'm a free woman now. I sure is.
You think that I didn't know he was gonna say yes? I'm a slave to gaming, nigga. We think I'm gonna say no, and look at my life. I know
he
exactly
must
what
be
the
his
fuck I'm
own
talking
fucking
about.
example.
That is my release. That is my relaxation. Yes. Yes,
it's
I
your
am.
freedom, yet you're a slave.
Yes, I am.
Hey, listen,
Here you go.
sometimes
It's a lot of free slaves walking this planet. Trust me.
I didn't
Yeah,
finish
free
Roots.
slaves.
I didn't finish
That's
Roots,
right.
but I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I want to finish Roots.
Yeah, right. We see. Yeah, you know how it goes.
You gotta get to the part where they cut his feet off.
Oh, spoiler
alert!
Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat who haven't seen Roots?
One foot or two.
I think they cut one off.
Oh, they probably cut his running foot off, right? That's
yeah.
Over some bullshit.
The movie that Marcella was mentioning was 1959's classic, The Best of Everything. That's the movie where her mother was named after. It was April. A woman named Diane Baker, and her name was April Morrison. And the movie.
We didn't get to watch it yet, so I have no idea what. I didn't watch it yet. So
we're gonna watch it. It's one of those old times.
I want to see who this April character is.
They got cocktails. They're in.
But no, I asked my grandma. I told her, okay, I want to watch it, and she's like, so you're gonna tell me why you named her, and she's like, you'll see.
Nice. So she's
like,
probably a car. She's probably a car. She's probably a handful.
I was like, oh, what is that?
I hope she's the one that storms into the man's office while they're drinking whiskey, 1959, and tells them to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Pack it in.
Like this spirit.
And they go, what are you doing in here? You're a woman.
My grandmother.
This is a man's safe space.
And she named my mother it, and I'm like, I hope she got to live, I hope she got to live. I don't know. She didn't get to live that long, but I hope she had lived up to the name.
Right. Well, I feel like she already saw it in her.
She saw it.
Yeah.
And she wanted that for her. It sounded the best of everything. Like, that's what she wanted for her kid.
So, again, French name, warrior, child of God.
Yeah, there's actually my name is
you got picked on in high school for your name?
No.
It was never got picked on in high school.
My nickname is Cell. And
nobody makes fun of
so
Cell.
They call the white girl, they call the white Marcellas Marcy. They don't really call, I don't know. They won't ever call me Marcy.
Can't make fun of that name.
But
Marcella, how do you make fun of it? You can't make fun of it. March? Who hates March? It's like before the summer. It's awesome. Can't make fun of it.
But no, but I know my name is a plantation in Mississippi. I was like Googling, doing the research. And I'm like, that's great. So,
that's great.
Named
Well, I'm saying like that there's probably some Marcella hatred amongst
nobody likes that name.
No, that name brings on slave TSD. We call this slave traumatic stress disorder, STSD.
It's like
that name's not allowed here in Mississippi.
Yeah, she goes, you get the hell out of my house.
You get the hell out of this.
You get the hell out. No, Marcella's in this house. You get the hell out. Wonderful. As you got older, nothing.
No. I just get confused with food all the time now. Like
I was thinking that.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking that.
Spelling is always weird.
Anybody spell the name wrong? I just spelled the name the first time. Was it chicken or was it with the C and the R's and the S's?
I have no idea. But you and my aunt have the same name, and we call her Sally.
Oh yeah.
You have the same name spelled the same way?
No, I think it's an I, Maricela, because we're Hispanic, so.
Right, Marisol.
No, Marisol.
No, but it's Maricela. So.
Oh wow, Maricela. Look at that. Latin.
Yeah, Latin.
How'd you spell your name first, Jesus?
I had no other choice but to spell it right.
You spelled it right off the top because you went to the page. When you wrote it down, you spelled it Marcella. You just
Spell who name? Her name?
Marcella's name. Yeah.
I don't even try to spell her name. I just see it and there it is. If you was to listen, however I see it spelled, that's the way I spell. I see it.
Marcella.
Yeah.
My cousin, shout outs to Monique, who also, as we were growing up, she had some challenges with people spelling her name when we were going to school and shit like that. Monique was one of those names they call black names, but she used to rap, and one of the ways she got people to remember her name was through a rap that I never forgot. And I remember it to this day. We were kids. We were like, this is like I want to say like fresh out of like I don't know 5th grade or some shit. And she used to be like, it's the MONIQE double E apostrophe. And I was like, what? She was like, that's how you spell my name. She was like, it's the MONIQE. It's a longer rap. I remember the whole rap. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. But it was the MONIQE double E apostrophe. Ask me what that means to me. MONIQE. I was like, QD. Like she and I was like, bars. Right? Well, no, she was like 12.
Still
battling niggas.
She was like a little Nas.
Eating niggas alive in this parking lot. No homo. No
first day of school.
Yeah,
and
just eating niggas.
Wrong.
Yeah, September. She was like, it's the MONIQE. But I can't forget it. But it's like one of those names.
See, I couldn't put my name in a rap like that.
Well, you can't rap about Jesus unless you're Kirk Franklin.
You know
or Jesus.
Or Jesus. Who do you think you are, Kanye? Speaking of Kanye says it doesn't matter how the way you spell there, or there. White people made language, and it doesn't matter how you spell it. It's all wrong and racist anyway. That's what he wrote on X. So she's throwing spelling out. He said it doesn't matter how you spell the theirs, because theirs is all spelled white anyway, and it doesn't mean anything. Spelling means nothing. That's what Kanye wrote on X.
Well, Kanye, his name means.
As a rapper, I was like, I don't think
he's got 5 different meanings. I was like, this is why he has so many multiple personalities.
Well, he literally said he has bipolar disorder.
It's Yoruba, Igbo, Bantu, Hawaiian, and African. And these are all what their meanings. Next in line, let's give only one, freedom and honor.
Take it from the top. What does Kanye mean in all different Kanye names again? Take it from the top.
Oh goodness. Next in line, let's give only one, freedom and honor.
Next in line.
Kanye. Right. You gotta think about it like that, right? So when you say it like that, then I see that's kind of funny. It doesn't mean like that. It's going Kanye. Not like so much next in power. It might have just meant like, all right,
maybe. I don't know. He's coming for Jesus.
So
he's like, yo, it's me. I'm next.
Jesus Blackman gets another round of applause for that joke. It could have just been.
So what is he like jumping onto the cross though? I feel like he's like, listen, here are the nails.
Is he jumping onto the cross?
Wow.
Cassie's gonna get a music.
That's some Kanye shit. I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it. They didn't even get Jesus off the cross yet, and he's already Kanye.
She said, what is he jumping onto the cross? Kanye. What is he jumping onto the cross? Kanye.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, he's too busy with Bianca.
You guys are wowing out tonight.
Kanye.
He said, what are you jumping onto the cross?
Yeah.
Damn. Fire. See? They know what they're doing. The parents know what they're doing. That's why he said, you're not going to be called Kavinia. He said, it must be. It must be.
Kanye in Jerusalem, like, hey, Judas, me next. Okay, Kanye.
Yeah, he's like, no, it means chosen. It's like, no, nigga, you up.
He changed his name.
Hurry up.
He did like the opposite of Malcolm X.
Well, he's saying Jay now.
He said, I don't want to be the slave.
I'm Ye now.
I didn't want my
Yes, he changed it. He changed it government wise. He changed it.
A black name. It was still a black name.
Yeah, Yahweh, Yay.
It was all the names. He's like, no, just call me Yay.
He wants Yay. And he said he spells it Y-A-H as in yay for me. That's what he says, yay for me.
Isn't it just Y-E?
No. He says yay, but it's pronounced yay as in yay for me. That's what he wrote on X. Everything I say is a quote from Kanye. I swear to God, I will not paraphrase. Everything I'm saying is what I read from this nigga.
Yeah,
he said that.
This is he wanted.
He said, "My name is."
If I were ever to meet him in person, I would just piss him off and just call him Yah all day long. Yah,
well, that's how it's spelled. He said. Somebody wrote to him and said, first of all, Kanye. He said, first of all, my name is Yay. It's pronounced in parentheses Y-A-Y, like yay for me.
Wait, the parentheses is part of it?
No, he's just with schooling them how to say his name.
Okay.
It's yay for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious.
Yah for me.
Classic Kanye West. All right, so no bullying.
No, but I just wanted to say that he, him and, well, where I wanted to go with, oh God, this is all messed up. We went out of order. Add this.
You said, "Ooh, this is all messed up." All right, fine.
Oh, and Terrell is
Kanye.
Right? Kanye jump off the cars. Kanye jumping on the cars.
This is all messed up.
Kanye. All right, it's okay. We got it.
Okay, that's why. Okay, got it. I'm back on it. Got it. Swastika.
Oh.
Isn't that a symbol of peace? And
well,
isn't that what you see also in Arabic countries?
If you know, you know. It is.
Yeah, the swastika.
You know.
The swastika has been around longer than the Nazis.
Absolutely. The Jews think they started it first. They didn't start it. They didn't start that. That swastika has been around for a long time. It's been an emblem of many things. It didn't start off based off them, and it also didn't start off as an image of hatred. It was an image of many things before we just locked it in of it being peace. I did this whole thing where people they weren't romanticizing Hitler. The podcast I was listening to, the podcast is called the Cult Podcast. Give them a check out. The theme is don't drink the Kool-Aid, but they were just kind of breaking down like how not shitting on Jews, but how they made everything so evil. So like the swastika, the thing, like it had nothing to do with evil as it started. Like most things don't.
So
So
the oldest known swastika is a carving on a mammoth ivory figure that dates back about 15,000 years.
Oh goodness!
The figurine was discovered in Medzin, Ukraine, and is now in the National Museum of the Ukraine.
Did you say Ukraine?
Yes. The word swastika comes from the Sanskrit word svastika, which means well-being or good fortune. The swastika has also been used by many cultures throughout history, including the Vinca culture in Neolithic Europe, the ancient Greeks, the Indo-Aryans in India, Native American tribes, Buddhist and Hindu cultures, the German, Celtic, and Slavic cultures in Europe.
Oh my God. There was no Jews back then. It was too cold. It wouldn't have made it. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? That they take one thing and just all you do is see that shit as that thing. That's what he'd be trying to say. That's what he'd be yelling about. Because like he did the research. He's like, it's not there. It's like swastika means many things.
The swastika has been used as a symbol of fertility, health, peace, joy, and prosperity.
Yep. You see?
All before 1920.
See, now don't get me started with Hitler's intentions. Wait, can we just look up what the name Hitler means? Do we have that?
Yeah.
Do we have that? Can we get that in the chat? Anybody watching in the chat is like, I
don't want that on my Google search. I leave that for you.
Okay, a name is a name. A name is a name. I thought we went over this. We went over, the person cannot be burdened by thy name. It's in Leviticus 9:7:1. It's in the bottom.
But you said fertility, but no, you said Ukraine. So Russia.
So the word, the meaning for the surname Hitler may have originated from the German word Hütte, which means hut. It may also be a variation of the name Heidler, which means one who lives by a Heidi.
Oh,
A
like,
Heidel is a subterranean river or fountain in Austro-Bavarian German.
so it's like the name because you got named by where you lived at. Like it was just like a
Yeah,
like a. I thought you said Heidi, like the blonde woman with the
Heidel.
boobs.
No, a Heidel. Heidel.
I was like Heidi. Oh, hold on. Is that where we get the beer from? Like beer fest? You see, they changed it. So Heidi's probably named off the mountains.
So
All right,
Austro-Bavarian.
we got this. This is easy.
Austro.
So again, say
but
so many different names from
you-
this one thing, right?
But the swastika, is
wow.
in
Hitler
in Ukraine.
His
So
parents thought about his name.
Russia right now keeps accusing Ukraine of being filled with Nazis, and if their symbol swastika is there,
Wow.
when that's just what they are. Like that's where it is. If you said 15,000 years ago, they've been they've been around for a long.
Now they all been wearing Yeezy.
But you know what's so crazy? When I think about Russia, when I think about Russia, Ukraine, and then Donald Trump changing Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, I'm like, these niggas are still colonizing.
Like that shit. No, yeah, well, never too late, they said. Never too late. But you know what's crazy about that?
That makes them a slave.
That's
they
so
haven't stopped.
stupid.
They don't know what else to do.
But
They're
again,
slaves
back
to
at
colonizing.
names. What was the significance of the name? It insulted him. He didn't like the way it was named. Now, him changing that, he feels that offers some sort of entitlement of power. The fact that it's named that now. Why? Why are these the first steps? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know this man's moves.
It's a port. Is that why?
Is that's what it is? If we name it ours, then we get to move shit through there, and then no questions asked because it's called the United States of America, or the Port of America, or whatever. So now it's like it's not international waters; it's just our water. Is that right? Well, that's a shame. Is that why it's just for export and import? That's it. I thought it was deeper than that. I thought that he was insulted that it was just called that. It was called the Gulf of Mexico, and it's not in Mexico; it's in America. So fuck them, you know. They're sending them back.
Is it really though?
I don't really look. Listen, all I know is how the trucks go. However, if that was their shortcut where the boats go, and he just switched that shit like that and made like some sort of Atlanta water transport thing by naming it that, so now everything's gonna be able to like travel to and fro easier. I don't know if that's a bad thing. But it's probably not a bad thing. But but I'm just saying, like, well, hold on. Is it changing anything that's close to our waters that we need for export and import? Changing it out of international waters is a good thing for us?
I think it's really because of the way it is enclosed around American soil.
Right. It's the
Gulf of Mexico is practically, closed off. The only other country I think that's anywhere near there is Cuba. But the Gulf of Mexico really is essentially surrounded by U.S. land until it opens up out to Cuba. So
it's not even part of. It's still part of America. Then it's not part of Cuba. Then you're saying
not part of Mexico.
It's not part of Mexico. It never.
Well,
was.
you got to remember, Mexico is a part of the United States. That's a state.
Exactly. That's what
Mexico
I'm trying to. So what is he trying to put? I think it's just the naming thing. That's a naming. That's a naming.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like I said, because it's enclosed primarily by U.S. soil.
Right. Put the brand on. Yeah, he's like, put the brand on it. He's the brand on it.
Go for Trump next year.
No, he's gonna change it again. He's gonna make that shit gold.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's a brander. That's what he does. He's a brander. Yeah, he likes
colonizer, brander.
What they call him now? Whatever they call him. But yeah, he likes to do that shit. We got that. All right. Well, we're hitting the 2 mark.
Yeah, we're at the 2.
This has been a lot. I mean, I'm not having fun. I mean, what are we?
How you guys feeling?
We always act like we're
I feel like we're almost done.
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We're almost done.
We're almost done. We're wrapping it in. I promise you. We're wrapping it in. Full circle.
I mean, Chastity's making it bearable.
As she always does. As she always does. And she's gonna make sure that she is not appreciative of that. She gonna call that a fake ass compliment.
I ain't say shit. I ain't say thank you. I ain't say thank you.
A motherfucking
I know. Trust me. That the nonchalant look did not go unnoticed.
It's still appreciated all the while.
Okay, quiz real quick. Who knows a Raymond?
Anybody know Raymond?
Besides the white guy from TV?
Yep.
I know one Raymond outside of that man.
What about a Tanisha? Anybody know a Tanisha?
I know too many.
Aunt. Her name Tanisha.
I know too many Tanishas.
Oh, too many.
Damn. You sound DMX. Tanisha.
T apostrophe NISHA.
Arabic, born on Monday. I know it's Tanisha. I know two Tanishas.
I know Raymond. My brother's name is Raymond. His name was I've asked my mother. His name was based off of the fact that his father his name was, I wrote this down. Hold on. We got it. You know, we were supposed to do this episode like 3 weeks ago, and a lot has happened then. So,
well, you survived the blackout, Jesus.
Yeah, like I mean, let's be real. But
and Chastity, you got over a cold, right? How come you were out in the shop and it was raining that day, wasn't it?
So listen, me and my mama was sick, but I was less sick.
Storm.
Right?
Less sick.
So less sick. So she's like, gotta go to BJ's, running out of toilet paper. So we go to BJ's.
I will go out in the rain for BJ's too.
Right.
You know what?
It was freezing. It was freezing.
Okay.
Hold on.
She called not one, but 4 cabs.
Chastity, I'm sorry. Can you hold that thought? You said 4 cabs. Sorry, I will go out in the rain for BJ's too. Oh! We're going back to the party.
Well, I just got it.
Let's go, yeah.
Kanye.
He's jumping on the cross. Go, yay. He's jumping on the cross.
DJs. Kanye.
He's jumping on the cross. It's okay.
All right.
So, listen, I wanted to add to something in the group chat. It said chastity was a verb. How could chastity be a verb if it gets no action?
Oh, well,
staying chaste is an action.
Well, what do you consider action? Yeah, exactly. What do you consider action? I get, oh, hold on. Well, that's
because I looked it up. It said it was just a noun. I didn't see the verb when it came.
Action can happen. Action is action. I would put it like this. There are humans in this world that exist. They go to and fro, and they never feel like they made a mark in the world at all, right? They feel like they woke up, they went outside, they interacted, they did things, and they came back home. And that's the only thing that's ever happened to them. That's all they've done. That's an inaction. If you wake up and you know you're that kind of person, that's why you're on the Oughta Know podcast, and you cause action, it's still an action. You can't escape it. It's the kind of person you are. It's kind of why you have to turn off. You're turning yourself off. You're powering down. Too much action. Too much action. You said too much action, powering down. So it's possible. It's not, you're turning it off. You're in control of it. That's that whole thing. Whoa. You're in control of it, right? You're in control of it. You're turning it off. Yes. But you asked me if I ever met a Raymond. Raymond was my father's name. His father's name. We have two different dads. His father's name was Roosevelt. My mother was like, we're not naming him that. That's not gonna work. So they went with the R name and just called him Raymond. So that's my brother got his name. And I have a sister. Her name is Demetrius, which is from the gods Demetrius, and also Demeter, and also the Greek god Demeter. And
again, fertility. You said the swastika was for fertility. Isn't she the goddess of fertility?
Yes, the goddess. We're back. We're back at sex. and sexing my sister. Gross.
Oh, good.
I'm not playing the techno music for that. That's gross. And and
Kanye?
also
Kanye.
This is gonna be the best episode. someone's gonna check in like by like 1:20 and say like when they started partying, why they wilding out. But Kanye, she said he jumping on the cross, but that shit's mad funny. That's classic.
I said Tanisha means born on a Monday.
Yeah,
right?
you said it.
I said it. Okay.
You said it. It's my turn. It's my turn.
So, Arabic. Okay.
So Dorothy.
He said a lot of Tanisha's. Sorry.
He said he knew many. None of them were no good.
Everyone knows a Tanisha.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like that. Isn't it like what is it like? I can't say I know Shaniqua either. That's bullshit. But I would say Tanisha.
I knew a Shaniqua.
Isn't Tanisha like Tyrone? Does everyone know a Tyrone?
Tyrone, isn't it?
I know a couple.
Yeah, when Erykah Badu dropped that shit,
Oh
everybody
my
like,
goodness!
everybody shit.
Did people start naming their kids Tyrone? Did
Well,
Tyrone
no, he's a loser in that song though.
Oh, went down.
Yeah, I think it went down.
No, Tyrone wasn't a loser.
He's not a loser. Can I?
Oh, right.
Can I rephrase that?
You better call Tyrone to come help you get your shit.
Tyrone
was a good friend.
Right? Can I rephrase that? Tyrone was the person you can always call when that nigga cheats on you. So actually, he's a good person. So I hope Tyrone names went up, actually. And I know what else names went up. This is my own little list. D'Angelo. Once D'Angelo made How Does It Feel and he was spilling that circle naked.
That shit got on my nerves.
Yeah, me too, nigga. Me too. And I went on pure hater mode. Because I was like, who are you talking to?
When he was naked, you know that shit fucked up his career, right?
Yeah, because his dick was hard on set.
Dick was hard, yeah. I mean,
yeah, and the camera people.
This is when he was naked.
Yeah,
his dick was hard.
No,
on
he
set.
said that he said that they just wanted him to take his shirt off after that.
No, his dick was hard on set. You mean going forward? Yeah, of course. I mean, but his dick was hard on set. He admitted that. They said they had to put a towel around his pee-pee, and we all know how that works. How does it feel? But my thing is, how many people called his child D'Angelo after they saw that fucking freaky?
A lot of them.
That's a shame. You see what I'm talking about? Debauchery. You're gonna say my son's gonna grow up to be the most high pitchiest of sexual singers.
Tyrone is of Irish origin.
Irish
symbolizes longevity and resilience.
Longevity.
Yeah. Longevity,
right.
My ass.
All right.
Get the towel. Somebody get this man a towel, please.
He was like,
we don't have a cock sock on the set. A towel, please. Someone.
He said, "Ooh." And then he looked down at it. He said, "Ooh." He looked down at his own penis.
What is that? I went through puberty. Is that what happened when you saw the
We all went through puberty. I was like, I gotta hit the gym.
It was like that's it.
I didn't understand the quarter piece, but by the abs. But
here's a secret I know. Here's a secret I never told anybody. I tried to recreate that video.
Please tell me you recorded it. Please tell me you recorded it because
I did, but it got lost. It got lost somewhere. We talking about years ago.
He said
his career was over, basically.
I was trying to get my career off the ground. Fuck that.
He said, "By get my dick off."
Did he get fat?
No, he's back. He's back. He looks good. No, look at him now. He looks good.
It was a little upset.
Well, no, it's upsetting when people want to keep telling you to take your shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he got it back. He got it back. I think he's back at Buff. You know, he got to go on tour. You know, nobody wants to see a fat D'Angelo.
A fat angel.
No, that's a bad.
The only one who didn't bounce back was Jaheim. Sorry, bro.
Jaheim?
Rest in peace.
Jaheim?
Yeah.
Oh, Jaheim. Oh,
that's another name that a lot of women named their son after. There's a lot of Jaheim running around here because of that man.
Oh shit, that's so funny because I have the same joke with how many women name their sons after Tyrese.
Oh.
He's crying every week.
Oh no.
On TikTok, like just on the kids' platform.
That man going through it though. I can't even blame him.
I'm not blaming him for crying. Every man's allowed to cry, but you don't have to start your podcast like that. His show, he starts like stuff like this. Every man's allowed to cry. Well, I just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You don't have to announce your cry. Just cry, nigga. You want to cry in public? Cry. I don't think. I'm not.
Tyrese, gift of God. We're all gifts of God.
Well, yes, shiny gifts from
Ruler
God.
Not all
the
of us.
people.
Let's not put
Not
that
all
out
of
there in the ether, please.
From the land of the yew tree.
Can we not put that out there in the ether? Not
No.
all of us are gifts
Brave,
from God.
talented,
Well, every nigga is a star.
smart. Ruler of the people, smooth.
Yes, every nigga is a star. Speaking of every nigga is a star, what was that Kanye West song where he broke down the word niggas and explained what niggas meant?
That was that was Nas.
No.
Oh no, Kendrick.
Kendrick. And he brought he explained how niggas, the word nigga meant like NEGG us, would meant like it had some king epithet behind it. That was very important, that song, to me, only because at that time,
that's the first time you heard niggas, right?
Right, that was the first time I heard niggas spelt that way, and it actually gave a lot of. This is before we started this channel. It was kind of like, oh shit, look what he's doing. He's telling off Oprah, you know. So I'm gonna just read just read a little bit of how he broke down that word, and just see where we can go as far as making names, those acronyms that we were talking about. That's probably not acronyms. It's probably not the word. Is a synonym? You saying the same word? You say heaven backwards. That's a synonym. That's a synonym.
No, that's not a synonym.
So it's not a synonym. So what is the word frontwards and backwards? Like a different word backwards?
I thought it was anagram, but it's not anagram. That's when you mix up the letters and you can make a new word. But I'm gonna Google it.
Because I'm just going to. This is
like names like Otto.
Well, yeah, when it's like forward and backwards, I'd say Otto's one. There's a couple of them. It's so funny. And I used to think they were cool because the first thing they do in school, they tell you, my name means like race car. Race cars.
They're called palindromes.
Palindromes. Race car, spelled same way backwards and forwards. Race car. Crazy.
Like Hannah.
Cannon?
Hannah,
yes. Not the same way forwards and backwards, yes.
But it says reads the same.
Well, reads the same word.
Because heaven and the veil don't sound the same. Okay, we're gonna get there soon.
She said.
That's what she said. We're not going back to the disco. You can't do that. Not every time. Then it gets corny.
Yeah.
That's fun. He was just yelling at Oprah and saying, like, you don't know what that word meant. You've been snubbing your word at that. You've been snubbing your nose at that word for years. But we are all kings at the end of the day. He was referring to the word niggas.
Okay, it's called, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly. Simornilap.
Excuse me?
Simornilap.
What Lord of the Rings is this?
Simornilap. Simornilap is a word playfully coined by word game lovers sometime in the mid-20th century. While a palindrome reads the same way backwards or forwards, like a Simornilap itself makes a completely different word when spelled backwards.
Give us an example.
Like a channeling.
I see Aiden and Nadia.
God and dog.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Do different things. And ham and what's that?
Man.
There we go. It's
Pam.
See, again, another biblical. Ain't nothing wrong with the pig, is what I'm trying to say. I'm talking to the Nation of Islam. There's nothing wrong with the pig. I promise you. You can't hate one animal and love another animal. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So you said Kendrick Lamar said that to Oprah?
So Kendrick Lamar made the song about niggas, and he said to her, well, this was a live show he did. And he said to Oprah, you've been shunning this word for years, and all you've done was just said that you shouldn't use these words, and you just only degenerates use the word niggas. So he broke it down to, he said the definition of niggas is Negus, which means royalty king. And then he said, wait, let me explain. Black ruler. He said at the end of every live version of the show he said, I had to look it up myself. Someone had to reply. And he said, he explained. the N was the hold on, I'll get it. Was the Ethiopian Semitic language, which usually meant bestowed by a regional ruler, Nugusa, and Nagas, which means king of kings. So the word niggas was never a derogatory word. It was the slave master who turned that word into a derogatory word. Niggas, nagas, nigger, whoever was always meant as a sign of empowerment. From before we're talking about old Ethiopia times. We're talking about ancient times, Basilis, Greece. The word niggas was always there. Nagasi, which meant a ruler. And then when you talk about etymology, there was some tribes, African tribes, who called that amongst themselves. So now you got these white kidnappers.
What's up, my niggas?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So the white kidnappers, they go, I heard them calling each other something. And he's like, I heard him say something. He's like, my niggas. And he's like, they pick that up, as they do till this day. They pick up the slang. They use it wrong. They said, A minor. You missed it.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy.
You missed it. They missed it.
The word niggas, the word niggas and swastika is like, it's completely crazy how just not even the misuse of the word will completely erase its original and true meaning. Like
exactly.
Like that just blows my mind.
That's what Kendrick was trying to do with this song. So now the only version of this song is that he's live on stage, and there's no other version. And he's just yelling.
What's even more crazier is that it's like that when like now that I'm thinking about it more, it's like when that word's original meaning is killed, it's crazy how you can never get that original meaning back. People will never attach that meaning back to that word ever. So it's like a permanent death for that name.
No, but that's interesting, Jesus, that you say that. So now we're putting power back into words, right? Now, if the power has that, if so much power could be put in that word that it could die, I think that we have the same amount of power to bring that word back. Okay,
I agree.
So just like they keep, man. I mean, I used to love using the word goat.
I used
to call people the goat all the time. I used to say the goat. LL Cool J came out. I was like goat. These niggas took this fucking word and ran it to the ground. I don't even want to eat goat the way white people use the word goat so much. Everybody's a goat. Oh, he's the greatest. How can we have so many greatest of all time? Speaking of greatest of all time, Verizon, please give me my. I need to watch my goddamn. Please stop making me. Please stop making me pay for Reds. I need to watch Reds before February is up. I do not want to pay $27.99 for Reds. I need to see Toby. I need to see all of the slaves. I need to see the cut off the foot. The spoiler.
Yeah, I gotta see this. Like what?
Spoiler alert. That
Please
nigga's foot get
making
cut off.
me pay for Reds. I need to pay for Reds. I do not want to pay for Reds. But like I say, you're damn right. You're damn right. They're gonna take the word. They fucking run every word to the ground. You want another word they ran to the ground? I'm watching UFC, minding my own damn business. They got a new belt. A new belt came out. It's called BMF. I said, what's that? What's BMF?
Motherfucker.
Are you out of your mind? Because that's Black Mafia Family. That is one of the first Black Mafia gangs that's ever started on their own in the history of Mafia gangs. The Black Mafia Family, the only mafia that consists of only Black people. These niggas took it and made it a belt for boxing. But whatever. It's whatever. To each his own. All I'm trying to say is like there's only so many words that you could take from us and make them negative. And I felt like that was one of the big time words. Yes, the slaves, I feel like the colonizers, they started hearing us talk amongst each other, calling each other niggas. And they were just like, I'm taking that. And he was like, you better get to work, my nigga. And he was like, you can't call me that. That's from my brethren where you took me from. Like they gave a fuck, right? So yes, names can be taken from endearment to violent undertones and overtones and like colonizer words, conquering words.
Well, like being called black.
If an Asian calls you a nigga, landlord, you nigga. It's like what?
Like,
well, see, that's why I wait for the inflection because how you saying it.
How you say it? That's
Well, see, in some Asian cultures, in some Asian
it
cultures,
shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't
Okay,
be like
but
how you say it.
I got sons.
I know. It
Nieces,
should be like. It shouldn't always be
I got a son,
endearment.
niece. I call them motherfuckers, but it's
Right.
endearing. Hey, motherfucker! Like I don't mean
Like what
you're-
did I do for you to call me a nigga? Like I don't know if I ever.
Oh
done
no.
anything like that.
In some Asian cultures, especially in Korea, nigga to them is more so along the lines of confusion. You'll hear them say
Right,
it
it's a
all
word.
the time. It's really a word for them. So they'll be talking and they'll go nigga, 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 and it's like a confusion thing for them. It's how like some Spanish people, like how people stutter over words or they get stuck on the word. They know what they're trying to say. So in their culture, the word nigga is more so of in English, the translation in English, the translation in English would be the word So when you're trying to talk and you're like
nigga,
that nigga.
nigga.
Yeah, so
I
for
meant
them,
that. You're trying to think, nigga.
that's
nigga,
why they don't want us to come to Korea.
Don't we kind of do that though? We
They don't want us
that
to
nigga,
go over there.
that nigga, what was that nigga?
Well, we do that too, right?
Nah, it's that other nigga, not that nigga. No, not Eddie Murphy, that other nigga. We kind of do that. We said, no, not Martin, that other nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of do that. I guess I don't know why they would use. Well, I guess you say that word means something different to them. To them, it's a stuttering word.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's an in between.
In English, in English, it would be more like along the words of So when you're talking and you're like you know what I'm saying?
And watching Korean movies, they do that a lot. They do that a lot. Yeah.
They have that thinking like that pause.
But I always thought they were singing.
What? That's funny. All right. Well, look, guys, it's been 2 hours. We're gonna bring it home. Let's bring it on home. I listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. Never too much.
Shaniqua means God is gracious, by the way, and Yahweh is merciful.
Yes, Shaniqua
Hebrew and African origin. So.
God is gracious and what was it again? God is gracious.
Yahweh is merciful.
And Yahweh is merciful. So again, mercy. And a lot of our names, by the way, a lot of our Black names always have the same kind of meanings: resilience, child of God, warrior. I didn't get to mine because this show's not about me.
No, Leon, Lion.
We're gonna wrap it up. Actually, if it was up to me,
named after your father.
No, well, named after my father, who again we both know, we don't know, and then we're gonna get into what I like to get into. Yay? It's about Yay? They say he's jumping on the cross. They say he's jumping on the cross. He's jumping on the cross. Go Yay. Go Yay. Go Yay. Go Yay. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been You Oughta Know.
Google Shaniqua.
Google Shaniqua. We're ending the show like this. As you know, you can always catch us live.
You guys had a good time.
We had a great time. This has been a great time.
Thank you for all your research.
As always, you guys always do good justice.
We praise your names. We think of you always.
And we're gonna keep this going. And we're gonna hit that chat room that Jesus Blackman said he doesn't know how to have access to, but he finds.
Sir, I did not see it.
We get there. We always get there. We always come full around, and I appreciate you to the fullest. This has been You Oughta Know, Shaniqua. When the beat drop.
240,000 people were named Jesus in 2021.
I'm sorry. Repeat that name fact one more time.
240,000 people were named Jesus. So it's still going.
That's a lot of fucking Mexicans.
Oh my God! Because you think they're all gonna they're all just get. All right, he said that's a lot. That's it. All right, we'll see you guys another time. I like that. That's a lot of fucking Mexicans. Brandon on that. This has been Odd Negroes. You ought to know. Shaniqua. Google Shaniqua. Please do, because it means more than you think. And please stop the stereotypes. It's not that important. The person is more important than the name. It doesn't trickle down. I promise you, it doesn't trickle down. All right. We'll see you guys another time. Love yourselves. Love you. Thank you for the squad. Thank you for the squad. Is it go yay? Go yay. He's jumping on the crowd. Go yay. He's jumping on the crowd. Go yay. He's jumping on the crowd. We will see you guys. Love you guys.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. Good night.